I'm
No, I'm just gonna move it back some. I think it just got moved from like when we did all the weights and shit. Still up anymore? Oh no, it's maxed out up. Where's your dials? There they are.
I think we're live, dude. Are we? Are we live?
Might be. I don't know. Tell your wife to move her weights so we can get our set back.
Oh, she actually telling me that. She keeps telling me to get that pole barn insulated. So it's summer. What do you need insulation for? She says for winter is usually her.
Oh, sounds like we're live.
We're in it.
We're doing the thing.
Oh, there. Yep.
Barely even late.
I mean, some would say for us, not late even.
I told Discord, I said, might as well let them know we're going to be late.
Yeah, I'm a little sunburned.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Didn't wear any sunscreen yesterday or today. So
Seems like a mistake.
I'm going to be super tan soon. I got no shoes on. Ricky Bowman is
Can confirm.
Says DILF.
It is just socks. You're on Top Chat.
And we're in
Act like you've done this before.
Well, okay, sorry, dude. I'm sorry I was popping everything out and fucking arranging all the screens and shit.
You're popping out. Toes. You got them dogs on out.
I got socks. We got socks on. Look at Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm still that jacked, which is wild to think about. Gets exhausting being me. Wish I had
I'm
water.
tan as shit right now. What are you talking about?
Well,
It's the lighting. I mean, I can make it whiter.
he's a no, dude. It's a tough look.
We can make it a tan. White as a ghost.
Listen, babe, do you want me to be jacked and tan or just jacked? You gotta ask these questions to him. You're supposed to back me up on this one?
No.
Okay. You see, you're supposed to back me up on this one, dude.
You're gonna have to let me know before that.
I watched a half an hour video of
How to swing a golf club.
I've watched, in theory, decades worth of video on that. Hadn't worked yet.
That's fair.
On the country club adjacent guys,
Oh yeah.
somebody hired them for a Netflix event, which seems like a wild group of people to hire.
I like it.
And what comes with Netflix is actual famous people.
Yep.
Bert Kreischer, Will Ferrell.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people around that caliber of celebrity. The things they were saying to people.
Unhinged, I bet.
And then they would go, the one guy got mad at him and he goes,
Oh.
Netflix hired us. It is what it is.
Was it like a scramble event? And they're like doing a T-box call or something?
There was no context. It starts with them at the table making fun of someone.
Okay.
They're on a T-box. They're talking through everybody's swings, like doing their shit.
I think I've seen clips of this.
It was 32 minutes and I thought, I'll watch like a couple minutes of this. Watch the whole thing. Actually fantastic. Those guys are funny.
They're hilarious.
Some of the comedians would walk over to him and be like, you guys nailed this. And then some of the people who weren't comedians were like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one guy hit 2 or 3 balls off the tee box, almost through his club. Definitely wasn't allowed to hit 2 or 3. He was allowed to hit 1 for whatever event they were doing. It's like, come to find out, Bert Kreischer can swing a golf club.
He's got that clutch gene.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell also, probably a really good golfer based on that. Ricky said, let's start with Jack. Somebody time her out. Let's start the night with that situation.
It's just weird to see you in a hat, though, still.
Well, I thought it'd save my face from being sunburnt. Didn't. My hair is, about like yours if I take this hat off. So it's staying on.
Unhinged.
Greasy. A mess.
There you go. Oh, nope.
Brandon timed Ricky out. Well, good luck, Brandon. All right. So that's his problem now.
Prim and proper. What are you talking about? Look at
His
this.
problem now.
Style it on up. There you go. Easy peasy.
You should go to the tee box looking like that for the country club adjacent guys. That's some good shit. They're saying some fun shit.
I'm
Guys,
heading out with the
welcome
fam.
back.
I just came here to say, F that bourbon, dude, and to see Sean's face when he reads this. Cheers. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man. Appreciate it.
You have a wolf here?
I don't know. Ricky must be home. The dogs are out. Yeah. Well, Brandon took the right side. That's good. Well, not for his life, but for paycheck.
It's all the
perspective.
HGH he's taken in his life.
Me?
That's why his head's so big.
Call him Barry Bonds.
I have a big head. I don't think it's as big as Brandon.
Cat's nervous, if you're wondering.
Cookie loves Burton, not so much Eva.
Well, there's Bert.
Cookie likes Burton because Burton's nice to Cookie.
He gonna stop growing anytime soon?
Nope.
All right.
Not yet. It's not supposed to be yet.
Hi, dude.
Supposedly why
He's
we
so
can't get his
big.
balls cut off,
That big dog.
which would be great if we could. They just dangle out the back. You would think that nature would put them in a more discreet place
What do you think?
from a biting perspective.
There's that dog. Hi, dude. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on. You're okay. No, Dan beats him.
Yeah,
He's afraid.
I
I
do
did
beat him.
this, and he's like, no.
I beat him and say down frequently. He's too big. He'll kill someone. He can't jump on. He's not the dog that can jump.
He hit 100 yet?
He's over 100 for sure.
It's big dog.
Guys, we're the Bourbon Junkies. Tonight, we're going to talk to a good friend if he shows up.
Probably not.
He's supposed to. We had a whole
He's gonna be in a beach in Guam.
30-minute phone call about it last night. He texts me and goes, "We still doing tomorrow?" I go, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Give me a call." So we had a quick call.
You did send him a link, though, right?
Yes, sir. He even responded to the link.
Okay. I'm
So,
just
now,
checking.
he's not a Brandon. He does respond to
Oh,
links. But
just checking in.
Ken Post from Alaska. How many people do you think live there? What's up, Ken?
Alaska?
Is it warm there right now? They have summer.
Yeah.
They have real summer.
Yeah.
Or is it just 40 or 50 degrees?
No. It gets warm there.
what's
Alaska,
the
I'm gonna
weather?
guess the population is 7.2 million.
Holy cow. I know it's a big space. I don't think you can live in a good chunk.
I have no idea.
60, but it's only 60 there right now. Doesn't get that warm.
Yeah, summer's barely started.
Alaska population.
Get a little bit more of that. What is it?
Did you say 7 million?
I don't know. Yeah.
You can remove 0.
700,000, huh?
740,000.
It's a very large state.
Holy shit. Isn't Alaska bigger than Texas?
I thought Alaska was the biggest by land mass.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No.
And you guys got a lot of wasteful land
But
up there.
you got to figure most of it is uninhabitable.
Clearly.
But the whole northern side.
Nobody wants to live there.
No, because you're in the Arctic Circle.
There she is. The rude lady. The one being mean. She flipped me off.
You deserve it, though.
Look at my life.
Someone
dude.
has to do that.
You guys all do it. Every one of you fills the need that you all believe exists.
I'm sorry. Someone constantly has to do that.
Ricky's part of the coalition.
Yep.
There's a coalition against me. Do not start with Exodus, right? Oh. Hand up. Did you put this here? Are we
What?
we're a little pro-Liant sponsor?
That was just there.
This was?
That's probably from last time you live streamed with Jason.
I must have drank this with Jason when I got to explain power bottoms to him on his live stream. Did
Priceless.
if you haven't seen me explain power bombs to Jason, I think that's a worthy clip. I think that's a worthy watch, honestly.
Here's
I also
a
nailed judging.
couple of schmucks. I made some whiskey.
I can't believe I haven't got a phone call from Fred Minnick after that judging performance, truthfully. And the San Francisco Worlds and what's the other big ones? New York probably has one. LA probably has one.
Giving me a headache.
Alaska. Okay. Somebody time Bove out. Don't care if he's a mod. All right.
I was hoping you'd read that eventually.
Don't care if he's a mod or not. Ban him.
They can't.
I think that somebody can. Where's Luke?
Did they update like the graphics for moderators
I
and
think
stuff?
it's just been that long, I think.
Like they get that nice blue shield now.
We missed last month.
Last month was fucked.
We missed it.
This month
gone.
is shaping up to also be a fucked.
No, this month's gonna be great. I missed last month. Yep, there you go, cheaters. I missed last
Oh,
month
Chicha. Yeah.
because I was
Moderating or
maybe Tennessee. And then the next week something happened. You had something going on. I don't
we had
remember what
shit
it
going
was.
on like every day last month. It felt like
Frequently not Tuesdays at 8:00, but I think Gabby was gone.
I had Q.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
It could have been.
Because somebody said, "Are you guys live streaming tonight?" And I'm pretty sure Jordan said,
Yeah.
Sean's got Q, so Sean's probably not going to be there.
No.
Dan looks like a walking double bogey.
Damn, that's good.
I'll give a real quick rundown on league tonight.
Yeah, how'd you do? Not well. Okay.
I was even through 5.
1. Oh.
Okay. Okay, dude. Bogeyed 1, parred 2, birdied 3, parred 4. Not bad.
You birdied 3?
Triple bogeyed next hole.
Par 5?
Is a par 4. So I parred triple bogey.
Did you start on hole 1?
Yeah. Is east.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yep.
I was going through the west.
So needless to say, ended at a 41.
5 over?
One of them, I'd like to say I ended at a 40 in real life. I had a ball do something I've never seen a ball do tonight.
Going home?
Okay, dude. I just said I had a birdie, you piece
Oh.
of shit. I also birdied another one, which is great. But putted a ball into the hole. It went. There were 3 other people there, so they will confirm this because one of the guys even walked over, who was Poplowski, who you know,
Yep.
and goes, "You can have that par if you want it." The ball
From the
went
other team?
from the other team, and
Yeah.
I was playing him 1v1 tonight.
Oh,
Completely
good luck. Yeah.
unreasonable,
He's
completely
like
unreasonable.
a +1.
Beating him through 4. Anyways,
We almost.
we both missed.
Oh.
And then I missed. Anyways, ball goes. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Got him. Look at that.
Everybody.
I'm a sniper with a hat.
Bunker down.
If it's a
dude.
flying insect and I got a hat in my hand, consider yourself dead.
Par 3, missed the green. Clearly,
Shocker.
Hazel fucking rocketed one off to the right. Swear to God. Right off the fucking Hazel.
Love to hear it.
And then chipped onto the green. Putt rolls into the cup, falls in the cup, hits
Bounces
the pin, bounces up.
Yep.
Lips into
Flipped you off.
into the pin, sits on the edge. Swear to God. Even Poplowski goes, you can have the par. on that." Didn't take it, took a 4. As a real man, as a gentleman of a gentleman's game, which I don't even believe in that part
Apparently
of
your
it.
internet's fucked. People keep saying buffering.
You've got to be fucking my ass right now.
Just one person though. Hypnocracy.
Is
Could
the
be his
Ethernet
internet.
plugged in?
I don't know.
We should be fine if the Ethernet. Yeah, it's on Ethernet. It says it is.
Yeah.
Hypnocracy. I'm gonna need you to be honest with us and knock
Okay,
it the
it's
fuck
just
off.
him then.
All right. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Over at Evernorth recent.
Oh, I was going to talk about. There was one
Go
pro
ahead.
tournament where someone, there was a cup that was like installed wrong.
Oh,
Guy made a putt. It hit the bottom and bounced out.
Like
Like
in a
it, was,
real-
it wasn't set deep enough, so there was no, like it could bounce off the bottom
Yeah.
of the cup, and it literally goes. Boom,
what
boom.
they do?
It goes. Taps it on in, goes on.
That's a bummer
Uh-huh.
for money because that
PG
actually
it's
matters.
PGA,
Yeah, that
dog.
matters.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's the PGA ruling.
I did not have a cigar. Speaking of cigars, tonight's live stream
Alec Bradley.
sponsored by, brought to you by.
There's no way you have an icon.
There
on-
was.
Wait.
Here.
Alec Bradley.
Sponsored by Alec Bradley.
There you go.
Fantastic cigar. You want a good one? Pick up an Alec Bradley.
I've had a couple over the last couple days.
Sure.
Last couple weeks.
Little magic toast action. Always good. Always solid. Do not disturb.
That's what we were
Fan
having.
favorite. Fantastic cigar.
Because I
Smoke it
found
the
a
morning,
couple
smoke it
in
at night.
the humidor at Evernorth. So I brought
The
a
do
couple to
not
Bob.
disturbs?
Yeah.
They're really good.
We might want to close that door. We are attracting bugs.
Oh, there's a lot of lights
Oh,
in here.
got it. That one's fucking dead too. Look at this door.
Oh, I saved that.
Wow.
Your glass.
Oh,
Your mic hit it
really?
and almost tipped it right over.
No wonder I can't find anything good batteries that Evernorth. Dan keeps fucking stealing them. Fix it.
Nope, that's mine. Nope, that's mine. Those are mine. I don't bring power tools home from Evernorth.
Batteries.
I don't bring the battery. Actually, one of those is the big one's my dad's.
Oh,
It's not even mine, actually.
well, what was annoying is I was trying to take off my motor blades yesterday
Yeah.
and sharpen them, and my good battery was on my nailer at Evernorth.
It's a bad spot for it when
Yeah.
you need it.
So let me tell you what, an angle grinder doesn't like a 1.5 amp hour battery.
It lasts 3 seconds. It's just,
Done.
Just here's the thing.
I'm gonna move this because I can't see the bottom of chat.
That's fair. Too short.
I got another box right here if we need it. There's a mosquito coming for you.
Let him have me.
He's on your arm.
Could be lucky too.
Oh, I can see him in the stream too.
There's a lot of blood in my body.
He's right.
Did you get him?
I don't. Nope. He's still flying over there.
Yeah, you just wanted to do that. The Zach Jones said, "Have y'all had the?"
I don't like fucking. I have a mosquito bite on the back of my ear right now
Of course you do.
from walking around in the back of Evernorth with that guy.
By the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was just stomping through the woods, and I was like, "I'm gonna stand here on the trail, dog.
You have ticks now. Sir.
You go and scout out what
Yeah.
you need to cut down."
have fun with that. So over at Evernorth,
I know that place.
we blended up some new shit. The oldest whiskey I think we've ever put in a Night Stalker is in this Night Stalker.
12-year.
Most of that blend is actually 12 year. And then this is truthfully just a banger Exodus, if I'm being completely honest with you guys.
It's aight.
It's not all right because it's fantastic.
It's aight.
It's probably the best one. I genuinely do believe that.
Yeah.
I do genuinely think I'm going to be honest. In my brain, I'd have to put 2 next to it, see how it does. But
I can probably go find you a 2
I
in your
think that
office.
4 beats it.
Do you have one in your office?
Not open.
You
I
think
feel-
4 beats this?
I think 4 beats 2. That this is 4. Just a heads
Oh.
up. This is actually
I
4.
forgot this is 5.
Yep. This
Yeah.
one's 4 though, because we weren't talking about Night Stalker.
I will fuck you with that bottle.
I hope so.
It's going in like this though.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Perfect. I need a good handle, you know.
Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. But
Plan on it.
so these Night Stalker took, I don't know, 7 years seemingly.
Yeah.
Exodus took a lot, not 7 years, which is fantastic. But we're gonna drink these real quick. Give you guys a quick rundown on them. They pallets are getting picked up to go out to DC for Bourbon Outfitter tomorrow. So we did a release at Evernorth on Saturday. These are the 2.
Largest blends we've ever done.
This one is the biggest one we've ever done. This is either second or third to Cobbler.
Yeah, because for some reason I have like 1980 something in my mind for
Cobbler.
Cobbler.
So for the second Cobbler. So this
Kentucky
is
Cobbler.
so in theory, this is off the second biggest one we've ever done by 30 bottles, give or take 10 probably. So but these are both heading out to DC along with 3 Evernorth single barrels that we picked out from the new lots when they came in.
Some fun barrels of
Yeah.
those Green Rivers that came in.
Yeah, some cool barrels. And then the Hartfields are finally in as well. So all of that pride drop at the same time, truthfully. Bourbon Junkies patrons know first. And there will be, if you already have the link to buy these things on Bourbon Outfitter, it's not changing anymore in the future. But there will be some emails sent out. And that's how that's going to work. This is a whoop.
Oh, man.
So many times that.
I was so close. 1987 is what we did on Kentucky Cobbler.
And that was like, and Exodus was like 1950 something. So,
Yes.
and Night Stalker was like 2200 almost.
2150.
Yeah. So,
Give or take.
this is a blend of, it is 2 barrels of Green River. I know that. It is 5 barrels of 12-year-old 21 rye MGP bourbon. It's 2 barrels of a 5-year non-disclosed Kentucky distillate. If you know, you know, I guess. And then it is 1 barrel of 10-year-old high rye bourbon. So
The last one we had.
4 barrels of, or 4 distillates of bourbon in here. That is cast strength at like 111 proof, and she goes down easy. If I'm
It
being
does.
honest with you.
It's really nice.
She is a nice gal to drink. Now,
Infinity Barrel's still over there. We haven't tried it in
It
a
is.
while. It's just chilling. Been a month or
there's
2.
a lag
At least
bolt.
2 months. I know. I see that. It looks like you bore a 1/4-inch hole into it.
Give or take.
Uh-huh.
I did. I didn't have a little screw, had a big screw. So
Why
last
didn't you just
time-
use the screws that were in it?
They weren't there at the time.
Yeah, they
There
were.
were splints in it.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
I put screws in it.
Nope.
Yep, because I did it by hand with a screwdriver.
Couldn't find them. Shit out of luck.
I can see them from here.
No, you cannot.
sure can.
Can you for real?
No, I think they're behind the plates.
Didn't know they were in there. So I did. There's a legit lag bolt. I plugged it with a lag bolt. And I mean that.
It's sticking out probably that far from the barrel.
Oh, I couldn't. Yeah, I was actually genuinely worried about splitting the stave if I put it all the way in. It stopped leaking, so I stopped putting it in.
Remember, because I brought over screws,
That
and
was
then
a
you
year and a
didn't-
half ago.
It's like 4 months ago.
It was not it feels like 4 months ago. It was forever ago.
Mm-mm, it was
The
like 4
last time
months
we
ago.
pulled a sample out was 3 or 4 months ago
from the
from
the
the lag bolt.
screw hole.
I bet that lag bolt's been there 4 to 6. It was the middle of winter. It's June right now.
You're such a schmuck.
It looks sick, dude. You can get a lot of whiskey fast out of that barrel.
I bet.
Yeah. It's not pressurized, which is nice. It's pretty consistent temp. But I will
the
say,
nice zinc coated, I hope, and non-galvanized
Of course.
lag bolt.
of course, only the best. That being said, the whiskey, I could fill up a 750 mil so fast out of that hole that's in that barrel. Zach said, have we had the 30-year? And I don't know what he's talking about. And I'm not willing to ask him because he's an asshole.
I
So,
refuse.
all right. Is Left Night Stalker?
Mhm.
Thank you for pouring these
You can just hold them up.
and see the difference. Which is, you know what's wild?
One
We'll get on Exodus.
111 proof cast strength, other 130 proof cast strength.
I know, but can I tell you the wildest part about it?
Please do.
The Night Stalker's so much older.
Yeah.
On average, obviously. But
A lot more water.
In what?
The whiskey. They're 20 proof points different.
But that's assuming that everybody distills or everybody's entry proof's the same. We didn't water this down.
No,
So it's like
a lot of the 12 years were just around that 110, 113 proof.
I think they
when
were
went
even, yeah, I think a lot of them were truthfully even under that.
I can
Because the
check it.
Barton was high. The Barton was like 120-ish.
The last, that was like 130, and it moved it from 110 to 111.
The Barton was 130?
Yeah.
Because the Green Rivers are relatively high usually.
I'll tell you everything.
But
I got a sheet. Let's see.
I have an
112, 111, 105, 108, 104, 118, 120, 109, 105, 107, 107, and 122.32.
no 130s.
No, I was 0.3. I had that inverse. I thought it was 132.
Somebody time came out for the rest of his life, which is probably the next 6 months.
Is that murder?
I haven't, because little ones don't like when you're that little, like something went wrong at some point, so you don't live as long. Ivan said, I bet Ricky can drive a ball further than Sean.
Probably.
Depends on the day. Yesterday, Sean hit a ball at least 267 yards.
277.
There you go. 277?
Mhm.
Was that when I hit my 2-iron?
No.
Oh,
Maybe I don't remember. No,
Oh.
you only used down the last 2 holes.
I used on the last 3. The first
That one was only 267.
Oh, okay.
That big uphill, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of when I said 267, and you said 277.
I think that one was actually 265. My longest drive of the day was 277 on hole 3.
Cam, go away, dude. People are making content. You know what I mean? Nobody's
Didn't he
playing
film one video the other day?
dude, he put out like 7 videos and then like we'll be gone for the next 3 years again. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
His kid will be in college when he starts making videos again.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, right. Dude.
Yeah. See, I can
Did
see
Cam
all
go
the
to college?
music college.
That's not real.
So he had a 271 there,
Cam said I blitzed him out. See you next year.
265 there. Blitz what?
His videos.
Oh.
You know what's wild? Brandon T will edit his videos for him. Ricky said, not sure, but I could probably deadlift. I'm 100% sure Ricky could deadlift Sean.
Oh yeah.
Without a fucking
No
doubt.
warm up. I am the warm up.
Ricky asked me the other day, I want to try something.
You got a master's of what? Triangles, cymbals, bongos,
wooden sticks.
the xylophone. I love you, Kim.
Ricky said, lay on the floor. I want to try something. Got excited. It was in our living room. And then she said, I want to see if I could save your life. And I'm like, I know how to save my soul, and it's by getting it out of me. There's one way to do that. And then she said, nope. And then she proceeded to try to do the fireman flip, where you lay down next to the person and flip them onto your back and then stand up.
Hey, Cook.
She could not do it.
It's because you're heavy.
She doesn't lift enough. And
Buddy, I'm gonna drag you by your ankles.
That's what I told her. to
Hopefully,
do.
there's no stairs.
I told her
because you're gonna go down.
whatever, dude. If you got time,
I'm dragging.
get
feet
a helmet. You know what I mean, and then just rip me down them.
Nope. If you're upstairs, your head's catching every
It's a
step
bummer.
on the way
I
down.
don't know a lot of people.
But you'll live. You're not getting dumber.
That might be a vegetable, but she actually got to the point where I was like on her back, and then she got to her
And then
hands.
Dan got an erection, and he was like,
I had it
"Oops."
as soon as she said, I want to try something, dude. And then I said, let me see
Good.
if I could save your life. Lay on the floor. And she laid down, and I walked over and I scooped her up in my arms and I walked to the door. I'm like, you don't have to save my life. She goes, what if you go down first? I go, I just won't. You know what I mean? I have one job in our household, for being completely honest, save everybody here. Need be. What else am I good at? Go ahead, babe. We'll all wait. She could say something real nice right now, but she's not gonna. You know what I mean?
Land pipe.
Yeah, she could say that.
She could.
She won't. But the buff turkey baron took a hint from a video a couple weeks back, got a vasectomy on Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Doctor came in, a Sprinter van to my driveway. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's the way that I would go about that.
Look at this shit.
Sean is the cam of golf. Oh my. Brandon said that, huh?
Dead to me.
How long did you give him?
10 hours.
That was incredible, dude. Oh, that was incredible.
I told him he would have got cooked if he came to Crooked Creek with us.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Would you have beat him? For sure.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, who knows? He might put on a burner out of I mean, I don't know. He's hitting the ball well.
So we took Jordan out, and then it was our first round. So me and her just kind of scrambled against Dan. And she said, I think you used 4 of my shots. And I was like,
I thought it was somewhere around 6 without counting.
I said-
just a guess.
I'll give you 5.
Yeah.
like,
I
for
would have
sure.
said somewhere 6 to 8.
And it was like,
truthfully.
I wasn't totally screwed if we took my shot. Hers were just
Not
always
frequently.
like a little
Well,
closer,
there
a
were
little
a
easier
couple
on like
where
the putts
hers were
and
a
stuff.
lot better.
Oh, okay. Hurts my feelings.
Mine, I had
said-
a lot of shitty ones. So.
I was close. I could have been on 70s watch.
Could have.
We shot a 78 together.
So wasn't, but could have.
Dan Goss alone. I shot a 72.
Okay, I haven't shot. I'd love that. I love that.
We all believe you, Dan.
There'll be signs. I'll be calling you guys on hole 18 if I'm on 72 watch, dude. Okay. So I'm gonna drink Night Stalker now. So
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
drink
I
his.
will too. It's a good blend.
I'm so happy. The Barton brought back all this butterscotch and just some of the age, and that was fantastic. I love that for Night Stalker. And it's fruity too.
It is.
The hope of the MGPs was that they would be fruity, and then they made it not as fruity, which was such a bummer.
I still really smell the old
No, you do
non-disclosure.
not.
I
No,
do.
you do
I
not.
promise I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you
Because
don't.
they were heavy toast barrels.
Only
2 of them were.
I do not smell that.
Yep, they were both heavy toast barrels.
You only smell it because you know they're in there.
I can smell it.
Nobody else smells that.
Nobody else smelled the barrels that went into it before they went into it.
It's like a charred strawberry.
I see Black Cat. Hey, brother.
You think
Better
Cook's
window
like, how
or better
old-
door than window.
When do cats look old? What age? Never.
Death?
They just die.
Yeah.
They're like Asians.
No. Asians go from like looking like they're 20 to
Yeah.
looking like they're
And
800.
then they die.
Yeah.
Because
No.
they are.
No, they got to be
100
old and
years
wise for a while.
That's fair. Cook.
Right in
Nobody
front of
can
this
see
screen.
anything now, dude.
No, we can't see. They can see.
Fair point.
Most
All right,
things.
fine. I'll just enjoy Night Stalker.
I'm gonna just move the cap.
Dude, it's just like a charred strawberry and butterscotch, and it's awesome. We're back to fat guy whiskey.
Hey,
My wife's doing what she's supposed to. She's cleaning the carpet.
you think you die in your sleep, or she'll want to, have you watch?
It'll be the second.
Hey, cook.
It'll be the second one. Oh, gosh. Dude.
Okay. It's a no for me, dog.
I know people don't like it frequently when we drink our own shit. Some people do. So I think some people,
You
believe
expecting anyone here?
at my home. That's the road. That was a motorcycle
Oh,
for sure.
sounds like a truck idling in
Yeah,
your.
I did. But man, I know this didn't. Well, the Barton wasn't in there yet, was it?
Mm-mm.
When we Arctic Spirit 2'd it, we blinded this with Arctic Spirit 2,
It had no finish.
and now it does. Thank
Yes,
God, dude.
because we sat there forever with different barrels. Me and Dan blended for like an hour and a half one night.
Buddy, I blended
found a
for 3
barrel.
days. On
Well,
the
that
end- on
specific
the
night.
tail, that's fair.
Yeah.
On the tail end of this, it was 3 days straight.
We got a barrel, put a blend together, and we're like, damn, that's good. We're like, all right, cool, let's go grab a barrel. Brandon goes, 1 second, checks his book and goes, that was picked yesterday.
No, it's even. I'm gonna be honest, it's worse than that. I had the barrel on the forks. This Brandon even said to me, he goes, "I really thought you were really mad at me, and I was worried." He even said that.
Or at least you didn't dump it like you did before.
I would have been less mad if I dumped it.
Dan's done that once.
Didn't matter. Come to find out,
It didn't.
wildly, but that one didn't matter, but it did happen. Thank God, didn't matter.
Dan's got 19 putters.
Had somebody asked tonight 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Ooh, I said 6 to 8.
Keep going.
Didn't realize I was under. There's another one. Oh, I got
What about the one in your bag?
There's 7. I got
Oh.
8.
There's none over there.
No, they're all right there.
You got none at the office.
Those are all your guys's. No, I have my shit shipped here. I ain't scared. I'm already gonna die for the thing I said a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh wow.
What?
She was saying that that's what I was good at, is cleaning the carpet. What an asshole.
Yeah,
I'm-
you're really good with the green machine. We know that story. Until it exploded and started shooting red vomit everywhere again. That's why I don't have any carpet at the distillery.
What an asshole. My wife's so fucking rude. And it's more rude that it went over my head. Like, it's more disrespectful that I didn't get it. Oh, okay. Anyways, so the first day I started trying to fix Night Stalker, didn't find a single barrel that worked. Second day, this Green River barrel did work. One of them out of literally, I think, 7. The barrel's on the forks over the tank. And Brandon goes, dude, that number on that barrel looks so familiar. And I went, and you'd be proud of me. Swear to God, check the sheet to make sure it said available. Swear to God. Check the sheet, said available.
Miracles do happen,
So I
everyone.
go, we checked the box we're supposed to check. Brandon goes, no, it looks too familiar. And this is what, 2 days after you were like, dude, I updated the sheet. Like, we're good on the sheet, whatever.
Because it was the day after that someone picked it.
No, I don't. No. At that point, you just hadn't had Brandon's book. You updated the
Oh,
sheet with all of
yeah.
our dumps and transfers
Yeah.
and shit. And then Brandon goes, oh, this store picked that barrel. And I'm like, I drank for 2 days straight trying to fix a blend.
We should play a fun game of which putter of Dan's is the most expensive.
That's not hard to figure out. It's not even close.
No, we won't even bring the one in your bag in.
That's not the most expensive one.
We'll just play the
It's
game over there.
It's the one of one.
But if people
Benardi.
don't, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Your wife's watching. You want to talk about prices?
Well, she knows about everything, but she knows about the things I buy. She just also buys shit when I buy shit. You know what I mean? We got a fucking hamster in our house right now, dude, because
Wait,
of
what?
her. Yeah. That life's chaos. Nobody knows.
What's his name?
I don't tattle on Ricky. This is the difference. Tickle.
Mr. Tickle?
Yep. I call Mr. Tickle. I go, Mr. Tickle. Like that.
Man, this definitely sounds like some common sling down the road,
He's
but
black,
it's fine.
too. He's real black. He's cool as hell.
Got nothing to say.
He
This is live.
But needless to say, then all I could think about was the next day we're working on it again because this barrel can't go in it. I want you to know this is how this went down. This is why Brandon was concerned. I'm standing on the top pallets in the barrel house, looking at barrel heads, trying to find something
And you were
similar.
pushing. Oh,
Nope. And
Brandon Catch.
I go, all of that was for nothing. All of it.
You were thinking about jumping.
I was just like, I drank so much fucking whiskey for literally nothing. And that's when Brandon was like, I was fucking worried that you were really pissed. I was like, it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Then I thought to myself, I had
Yeah, he
maybe
does.
the biggest genius idea of all time. I thought,
All right, it's been a wrap for me. I'll see you guys later.
we have a 10-year Barton barrel I pulled for the base of Night Stalker, and it's fantastic now. And that barrel fixed all of our problems, brought the finish back. That's Big Daddy.
Look at this dumb bitch.
That's it. She's the gal. The 101. They made one of those, and that's it. It's too short for me.
$1,600.
No, it was not.
Ricky, it was $1,600.
That was asking. It's not what was paid.
I just made a number up too.
It was asking, actually. That's not what was paid.
Shit.
The guy that sold to me watches the channel.
Oh yeah.
That's why I got a good deal. He sent that Eagle Rare head too.
Yeah.
Or a head cover.
Oh, it's a good one. You
Needless
can really
to
pound the
say-
shit out of this one.
The Barton brought all of the happiness back. It brought the fruitiness back. It brought the butter. They introduced a butterscotch note. It brought the finish back. The third drink of Night Stalker 5 is so good because that finish builds as you drink it. And it's fucking awesome.
Thank you, sir. I'll have another. Yeah.
Yeah. See, there she goes. Oh, I'm glad I told you about that today. So I told you I'm not lying. Not even lying. How about that? Coincidentally, she confirmed my story.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. I'm so happy I didn't say it. I haven't talked to her tonight. And here we are, dude. I just told Sean today about Ricky's Q vacations.
Yeah. It's called quarterlies.
This woman thinks that we're millionaires.
You spend money like you are.
I know, but that's why we're not. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Oh, all right.
BT's not coming.
Let's see if I got a text from him. It was nobody knew it was him, dude. I'll shoot him a text. Hey, buddy.
Is he on a different time zone?
I said Eastern.
Okay.
I did.
I'm waiting for you to be like, I sent Central. Why? Well,
The 1.8 billion slush fund. Whose slush fund's that?
I don't know.
I'll touch it. At any of it.
You can't have a hamster named Mr. Tickle and say things like that anymore. You're cut off.
For 1.8 billion, you wouldn't touch a hamster?
No. I'm saying you can't say things like, I'll touch it when you have a hamster named Mr. Tickle.
I didn't name the hamster.
I'm
I
not
actually
saying you're
voted-
touching a hamster here. For 1.8 billion, you're going to have to touch a lot more than that, brother.
For 1.8, put it on the table and I'll deal
You're
with
going to
it.
be airtight.
Cool. Once? For $2 billion?
1.8.
Buddy, I don't even need that much. Gosh, that's greedy. I want you to know the names on the table were Mr. Tickle and Pudding.
There's no fucking way you didn't go pudding.
I voted Pudding.
No shit.
Everybody else voted Tickle. So I'm the only not creep.
Trump slush fund? I want you to know it's called a slush fund usually when it's illegal.
Okay, sure. So all of everybody that fucking stock market trades that works for the government,
Yeah.
every one of them. Almost dropped that glass. So close. Caught it though. Looks like it's just Sean and Dan Shambro tonight. Almost, I golf like he's been golfing tonight.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Shit.
Shit for him. Good for me.
Shit.
2 birdies and a 9's good, dude. Triple's a bummer. Want to know how we got to the triple? I'll give you a
Shooting
shot.
3 shots
Some
over.
very quick shot by shot playback.
Hazel Rocket.
Hazel Rocket 6 iron.
Sounds right.
Fat chunk 7 iron.
Perfect.
Duff sandwich, Duff sandwich, Duff sandwich. Swear to God.
You got to walk to it every time too, didn't you?
Oh, but it wasn't 10 feet any of the 3 times. Buddy, I was 20 feet from the green and it took me 3 to get there. And I didn't duff another wedge shot the whole night, which is the part that pissed me off the most, if I'm being honest. You're going to duff 3 and 1. You know what? We can duff a shot. That's fine.
Yeah,
Shit
that's fair.
happens. You duff 2, that's fucking frustrating. Duff 3 in a row, it's time to quit golf. You know what I mean? Maybe we don't ever play with this
You
club.
powered through it.
God damn.
Joe sent his member said 40 a month. Thank you, buddy. He said one person who needs more sun, one who doesn't.
Okay, that's true. Also, Ricky said we've tried different clubs. It's not the club's fault at this point. I need my wife out of this chat. She's being very disrespectful in this evening.
You should see the new ones he's got in his cart.
I'm going to get some new ones. They aren't mine. I didn't pay for them, and they aren't for me. But I'm going to pick up some new ones this week. We should play with them. They aren't ours.
Clients? Yeah.
He goes,
He'd be okay with it.
He goes, you pick these up for me? I go, yeah, I can't promise they'll be clean when you get them.
We'll clean them up.
And he goes, of course they won't. And I go, I won't break them this time.
He got the black ones, right? Let's put them under the
No.
laser and anodize
they're
it all
not,
off.
They're not black.
Just hey, we shine these up for you.
They're not black ones.
That'd have been hilarious.
All right, I'm going to get into Exodus now.
Hey, there's our guy.
Exodus, yes, we'll do Exodus. We'll bring him in.
Okay.
The person, actually, that'd be a great segue because some of the whiskey in here is from Sagamore.
You said Sagway too.
That's how do you say it?
Segway.
Segway. Did I still say it wrong? Bagel.
Big. Yeah. There you go.
Fago. You can. It's coming back. That's how I actually pronounce it. I want that on the record. I have friends who are fine. This I actually pronounce. Don't take a drink inconspicuously.
So
like
in
that.
Exodus, we have 130 proof. We got 6-year 52 rye from Sagamore. And
almost
then,
all of it.
yeah, most of it was. And then we
Almost.
have 8-year 95.5 from Middle West.
One single barrel of
Yeah.
Middle West rye.
We get that question a lot about the Middle West 95.5. We just find it a lot sweeter and less herbal and funky than a lot of the MGP 95.5s at the same year.
I'm going to be honest. I think I'm to the point now. I haven't had it at like the ultra age, like 12 to 14 range.
Can't afford those.
If it's 8 years old, I don't know that Middle West even has them. If it's 8 years old, I think I prefer the Middle West 95.5 to the MGP 95.5.
Oh, Cam hasn't figured out that I let the cat I just held Char over his tank and just let him pee into the tank. He just said, do you put any rotten eggs in Exodus? He's cut off.
I told his whole Discord he's not allowed to do barrel picks anymore at Evernorth.
Fair.
I did. I
Yeah.
said was his last
Hopefully
one.
you guys like river roots.
They do.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the thing. No matter what we get, Cam's not coming back, which is a bummer because I love the guy, you know. But
Hey, you can send Sarah whenever you want, though.
oh, wouldn't that be the fucking move?
It would be 2 hour pick,
She would have picked barrels we pick.
and it would be good whiskey.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be better. Oh man. So we had one barrel we call the blue slushy barrel. It was a 52 rye from Sagamore.
Yeah.
It was the cherry on top in Exodus.
Tastes like blue raspberries.
It tastes like a blue raspberry slushy, like a ghost blue slushy.
I was hoping you were going to
energy
say like a
drink.
glow stick, and I mean, like, that explains a lot.
This is all tracks, dude. You should cut them in half and chug them. But that comes through on the nose, and it's awesome. This is a very fruity rye. I think that this is more bourbony than Exodus 2. I think is why I love it so much.
That's fair. But someone was asking me, they were like, which one do you like more? And I was like, what kind of night is it? Because this one, you're going to have to be wearing certain outfits and you're going to be calling it daddy.
Yeah, there's a lot of leather
And this is going to be the aftercare.
some latex maybe.
This is a lover and this is a fighter.
You want to know what that's funny? Because I put in, I think it was our Discord. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. Somebody mentioned both of them. And I said, this will cuddle you
Yeah.
after. It'll call you after.
She's a lover.
Exodus is a baddie. These are not the same things.
She a thickie.
This very much depends on what kind of mood. These are mood dependent drinks.
Mm-hmm.
This one will blow your brains out from the back.
Like your Kurt Cobain.
And okay, I was going to say in a good way. That's a bad way.
Oh, shit.
This one will tenderly love and care for you for as long as you need. This is like a good therapist.
Fuck.
This is like a great bang. You know what I mean?
They're getting picked up tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Next week. They'll drop on Bourbon Outfitter next week.
There you go. As long as they all don't break.
If all of them break, we're fucked. All right. That's a hell of an insurance. claim.
No, that trucking company is not going to like that bill.
Well, I know how much the insurance is for. So do you, because you know how much the invoice is for, and it's the same amount. That'd be a bummer for them. In theory, not for us. So it'd be a bummer for our people, though.
You want to make an over/under bet if they make their delivery window or pickup window?
No, it's a no. They haven't yet. They haven't yet.
It's the same company.
Well, So Ryan uses the same logistics people we use.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've had Saya or whatever the fuck those people are.
Because the logistics company uses all Essa, Saya,
Yeah.
whatever the other ones are. It's normally those two.
Yeah.
But they pitch it out and say who's going to give us the best quote.
The guy that picked it up last time, he's my boy. Because one time he was there and I was sitting I had like a really bad headache. So I was sitting in the cabin, just like
Dying.
on the couch. And I just hear, the fuck?
Oh, this is that day.
Open up. I'm like, hey, what's up? He goes, here to pick stuff up. I go, I am so sorry. He's like, I talked to Brandon and like last time he said if like you guys weren't here, just come check out here. I was like, yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you for not just chugging the fuck on out of here.
Solid regulars for pickups.
Yeah.
We have absolute shitters for drop-offs usually. But some of the pickups are great.
I did tell the FedEx freight guy today. I was like, we like everyone we've ever had come there.
From FedEx?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
They're always nice.
That's true. It's because they're a mile away from us. It's because they're not from other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not from other shipping places.
They're like, hey, you're either the first stop or last stop.
100%,
Like,
yes.
you're the last stop.
Yeah.
I'm going home after this.
Same first or last. All right. So here's the thing, Garrett. You just need the new Omen lineup, dude. You know what I mean? All right. We have a guest tonight. He's here. He's in the back. We're going to bring him to the front.
Chilling like a villain.
One of my favorite people in whiskey, period. Somebody who has helped us a lot in our journey. We became friends with him before we started Evernorth. And been an awesome dude ever since. Very straightforward, great guy. Also somebody I consider a mentor, whether he likes that or not. So somebody who has helped us a lot with our Evernorth journey.
I heard a lot of kind words from people that have met him at our events and stuff too.
Before I bring him in, because we're just blowing him right now.
Yeah.
Before I bring him
We're
in.
not supposed to?
No, we are, but he doesn't want us to in front of him probably. He's
Oh,
like,
that's
"Fuck
fair.
off."
Yeah, yeah.
When we went to first time we ever went to Sagamore.
Yep.
He was the president of Sagamore
He was.
at the time. We walked down into the gift shop. Everybody loves the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're all these people's boss.
He also knew everyone's name.
Everyone.
And everyone like he'd walk away and they're like, BT's the best.
Right. It's very infrequent. We both worked in corporate jobs where that was never the case once ever in our lives.
No, it's usually like, oh, good fucking luck with that guy.
Oh shit, the CEO's here.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the president's here. Oh, fuck that guy when he leaves. Greatest dude in the world, honestly. We're going to talk industry stuff with him. BT.
What's up, brother?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Going on, buddy?
I was really
You
hoping
all right?
just on a beach somewhere. Just
How-
calling in. It got like a
how
coconut drink. Where you
great.
at? Guam.
Just pounding margs.
Can you guys hear me all right?
We can,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
All right. I completely apologize. I've been here since the start of the stream. I didn't realize I was supposed to hit
Going.
back. I've been watching on YouTube, and then at one point I was like, maybe they just forgot about me, which is okay. Like, I get it. Like, there's not much to talk about with me, you know? Like,
So
but
the best part is
then I realized there's probably something more to what I needed to do. Like,
I picked up my phone to text you, and you popped in as soon as I picked up my phone. To me, I was like, "Hey, is everything good? Is everything okay?" And then as soon as I picked up my phone, you popped in there. I was just set my phone back down, didn't send it. So
I really apologize, guys.
No, you're good,
Thank
man.
You're fine.
Great
You're
to
good.
hear. Thank you very much.
Sean and I do this, from time to time in theory, and we still suck at it. So it doesn't get
I'm a little
easier or
rusty.
better.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
Good. No complaints. Life's good. Today was a special day in the household. Our youngest graduated 8th grade and is getting ready to move to high school. So
Ooh.
it's been a all-day celebration and lots of family and stuff. So it's been a good day.
That's awesome, dude.
As you say, Dan's kid just he's going from 5th to 6th grade, so
Yeah,
he's going to middle school now.
We're doing the elementary to middle school. So
That's
My
huge.
kid's going into preschool. Well, I'm sorry. I don't even know what they call it anymore.
Young
There's a
fives?
made-up name for it.
Nope, he's two.
He's going to threes,
He's
whatever
two.
that is.
Young threes.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
It's,
New
it's
classroom,
way
I know
too
that.
advanced for us. They don't walk up hills both ways anymore to school.
No, dude. We have
We don't
cars
do
now.
that.
We don't have to do that shit. You know what I mean? Hell, we got electric scooters, dude. Like, fuck
Yeah.
it. Fuck that. Nobody's
Y'all
walking
ever heard of
nowhere.
a school bus?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Ah,
Dan's
Wait.
is really short.
what you been up to, buddy?
I've been working for a company now for a couple of years called JB Thumb. It's a third generational family that's been in bulk alcohol sales since 1977. So I was fortunate enough to join them, which has really been a cool experience. You get to meet like a whole nother side of the industry, if you will, kind of a lot of the folks behind the curtain, if you will. And so, and then we were also acquired and kind of plugged into a new branch called AlkSource. So we do a lot of compliance and valuations and audits on people's inventories and so forth. So it's still working with a tremendous amount of different brands, which is great, just in a different capacity.
I think the cool part, your journey is different than a lot of people's. We know your very beginning story, like pre-Sagamore, because you told it to us. But like you were not in the whiskey industry and then, helped / built Sagamore, however you want to phrase that. That's up to you. But helped build and grow and create this entire brand that honestly, truthfully, obviously a lot of bourbon junkies like us in our community really likes a lot, right? And then I think what's different, very different about you is now being on the Tome, for those who don't know, is what we would consider a broker. When we reference a broker, Tome's a broker, a barrel broker. Not a lot of people are at the top of a distillery, like head distillery, president of distillery, those types of things, like that business mindset into the broker region. Now, you dealt with brokers while you were at Sagamore, obviously, because you guys were sourcing a lot of barrels and stuff early on, but it's wild. The difference between those two, I would imagine, is crazy. We deal with brokers now, you know what I mean? But being a broker and dealing with brokers is a very different thing, I would imagine. So,
yeah, no. Well, in the beginning, especially, we were just desperate. Like in 2013, trying to find barrels of aged rye whiskey was like next to impossible. And so, and what's interesting, what kind of drew me into this was I was working with this guy, 41-year veteran, who started at Seagram's, which became LDI and MGP, as you know, and moved around and was at Makers and then finished his career at Jim Beam. And I was like, I got to find some aged rye whiskey. And he's like, you need to call this family in Florida called the Thome family. And that was in 2013. He's like, if anybody can help you find it, it's this guy. And what the comical part is, like, I called them, but they didn't really call me back because they called me back 4 months later. It was like, but I was like, talking, and at that point, but actually helped me out. And I don't mean to name names, but it's Dave Schmier, who's just a great guy. So he ended up helping me out.
All right, quick question for you. So, what year did you join Sagamore?
2013.
Okay.
Buddy, my brain was like, day one.
Well, no. I meant like, yeah.
BT knew what you meant.
Yes.
I was like, are you
like
fucking
an actual
dumb?
person? Yeah.
It's like, when they started Sagamore.
Yeah. So, I mean, like Dan kind of alluded to it, but like you going, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but you had a, like a camping, like backpacking type outdoor store near the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah. So we had a retail store that sold camping gear, tents, hiking shoes, kayak, surf shop, ski shop. And then we also had an outfitter side. So I didn't really run the retail so much. My responsibilities, I own the guide service. We kept them as two separate entities for good reason. So I ran the outfitter as far as doing backpacking and kayaking trips in the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, Southern Utah, Baja, Lake, and so forth. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's more likely to be a tragedy on a kayaking trip in the Grand Canyon than there is to be someone in the changing room at a retail store. We didn't want them to be able to take both, and so luckily we never had anything catastrophic happen on the outfitter side. And then the coolest part is sold that to one of the first guys I ever hired. And he's still going strong.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And so did that. Yeah. And I knew nothing about, the only thing I knew about whiskey was back then I used to sit around a campfire a lot and drink a lot of Jim Beam White Label. And,
Damn,
dude.
And I just knew it would be a groggy day if I had too much of that.
But no, I've always like looked back at like the corporate side of things. And when people are always like, write down your 5-year plan. And then you hear things of like your story and it was like, fuck a 5-year plan. Like just do whatever the hell you want, man. Like
Exactly,
you can just be in such a different space in that like time period. And I'm really happy you did it, because we wouldn't be here tonight, and we wouldn't know you, and we probably wouldn't have what we have at Evernorth
Been a
because
lot
of
fucking
that,
harder. Let me tell
that
you.
fucking interaction of meeting you.
Well, you guys are the same thing, man. Like, if you really believe in it and you're really passionate about it, you'll figure it out.
No. So for those who don't know, like a quick catch up. So how we came to actually meet you and hang out with you, and we ended up hanging out quite a bit on that trip, obviously. But so Brett reached out, who was the sales rep at I believe the national sales rep at the time for Sagamore.
Also an awesome dude.
Fantastic guy. And he reached out and he was like, hey man, I don't know if you guys, we wanted to do a barrel picks. We reached out to a couple companies. This is early Bourbon Junkies.
Very early.
Reached out to Redwood Empire and then Sagamore. And neither, come to find out, we didn't know any of these things at the time because we were not on anywhere near this side of the business of things, but neither were distributed in Michigan, and none of the bottles, and you can't do anything other than distribute in Michigan if you're not in Michigan. And so the Redwood Empire pick we did, and it fell through. We never got it at the time. We've done one since, but didn't get that one. And
they were like, who are these schmucks? God, no, don't sell them anything.
Yep. Same shit, different day today.
Yep.
And Brett was like, dude, like, we're not in Michigan, but for better words, he didn't say this. I'll say it. He said, fuck it. We're going to Michigan anyways. Like, let's just fucking do it. And so then we did the Sagamore barrel pick. The first pick we ever did was Swordfish Oil with Sagamore. And we did this barrel pick. We did it remotely and all these things. And then that went over well. People loved that. Fantastic time, whatever. And then Brett goes, he emails us one day and he goes, you realize that Brian is patron of yours? And we were like, Brian, like the Sagamore Brian. And he's like,
Dan's like, no fucking
the guy
way.
running like the president of Sagamore. And we're like, no, he's fucking not, And so went to Patreon and checked. He's like, holy shit, he wasn't lying. You know what I mean? And then he was like, let's have you guys out. Let's do this whole thing. Let's talk about, we had discussed at the time moving from, sourcing distillation to moving into your own distillation and kind of that transfer of the product itself, right? The whiskey being what it is. I think we talked a lot about like the High West transition. We didn't think they did well, right? So on and so forth. So, and so we went out to Sagamore, met you, hung out with you and Brett, had a awesome time. Dude, we met the horses.
One of the best trips we've ever had.
You brought the fucking horses, treats and shit. They were coming over. I've seen Clydesdales. Those are monsters. These were ex-race horses. Some of the coolest horses on the entire planet. And we got to go to the farm. We went to obviously like the production. We went to the gift shop, like did the whole Sagamore experience with you guys. We went to a speakeasy bar. We played,
so much fun.
What's that game where you slide the shit across the table?
Shuffleboard.
Dude, we're betting money. We were playing shuffleboard. We were all fucking drinking. We were out late. It was such a good fucking time, man. But funny enough, long story long, how that ended up working out is you had taken us into one of your guys' barrel houses at the time at Sagamore, and we had been drinking rye all day, and we had drank your guys' rye, and we drank MGP rye, and we drank all these things.
And then,
we were at the, towards one of the top floors, maybe the top floor of the barrel house, and you're like, you got to try this stuff real quick, and then we're going to the bar or whatever, or the speakeasy, and we try this stuff, and you asked us how old we think it is, and it's like, that's probably like 5 or 6. Like it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It was like, wait, what? And it was like, well, it's not rye. And you're like, no, it's bourbon, and we made it. And it was like, what the hell, man? Because at the time, there was no Sagamore, even a sniff of a Sagamore bourbon. This is probably 6 years ago at this point, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And maybe 5, somewhere around there. But anyways,
we'll round.
We had such a cool experience, man. And that whiskey we had was so good. And we had such a great time. One of the best things, I think all 3 of us probably agree here, but one of the best things about whiskey is all these people you get to hang out with and meet and chill and have these conversations with. And then eventually what happens when you're around these groups of people is it just becomes more important than the whiskey that you were drinking, or it becomes more important than the barrel you're staring at, or whatever it is, because you create these relationships. And we got to have that experience with you guys. And that was such a great experience, dude. And you guys were so down to earth. And I remember, I'll never forget this. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever had somebody that will say that, you know, at your stature, you don't have to agree with any of the things I'm saying. So don't worry about that. But anybody that I respect as much as I respect you would say, I asked you when we were sitting in the boardroom at like 9 o'clock at night at Sagamore's
On the port.
closed. And I said to you, like, what's your day to day like? You know, because we were talking about starting Evernorth and these things. And you go, I do whatever needs to be done here. And you're like, if I got to take out the trash, I take out the trash. If I need to get coffee, I need to get coffee. If I need to figure out how we get distro here, I do that. All these things. And it was the coolest thing in the world to hear somebody in your position say those things. And then we see you interact with all these people at Sagamore and how much they love you. And it was like, this guy's a real guy. Like, this guy's a real person and a human. It was the fucking coolest thing, man. So.
Well, I appreciate it. Like, again, like, you guys are literally no different. It's like at Evernorth, it's just like you walk in and you have this day-to-day plan of what you're going to accomplish at Evernorth every day, I'm sure. And you were probably there less than 30 minutes every day before it just goes total 180, total 90 degrees this way.
You've worked with Sean before.
Yeah, like, right? And it's just like, and now it's your job to go figure it out, whatever it may be, right?
Sure.
Like,
Yep.
No, it's great, man. So thank you real quick. Thank you for being on, buddy. I know I talked to you a little while about this and we were going to try and make a lineup and then I was gone and then it didn't work. And so thank you for, you know, we pushed it back or whatever, but appreciate you being on. And
Dan's Q1 vacation got in the way.
Ricky's Q1, don't say Dan's, Ricky's Q1 and a half vacation or whatever. But no, just thanks for being here, buddy. I figure we chat about the oil industry and how everything's going, and, you know, where everybody's at and what you think's going to happen and stuff like that. So.
Also, side note, before we go too far, will you go back to Sagamore and make them remake the canned cocktails?
Buddy,
What the fuck?
they got rid of those, dude.
Those were
you
the
know
best.
the two first things they did when I walked out?
What's that?
Stop making bourbon and stop making canned cocktails.
Buddy, I'm going to be honest. And this is a with all due respect situation. I don't know anybody. I know some people that still work there that are great people. We still deal with obviously some of the people you know over there. I'm going to say from a decision-making standpoint, I'm bummed. There's a couple fuck ups. The bourbon that we had, we got a bottle of the bourbon they released, like distillery only bourbon or whatever it was. And it was like, dude, at the age it's at is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's been the
Imagine
price
like
Still
it's
putting
at,
out very good
10, 12
distillate.
years old.
yeah.
Imagine that bourbon at 10 or 12 years old.
Cannot. I mean, we'll see it, which is a beautiful thing, right? We're gonna keep this shit alive. Listen, come hell or high water, Evernorth's keeping Sagamore bourbon alive. Don't give a fuck if it's not even your guys' mash bill, or we're fucking running it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Not really our mash bill either. Four Roses beat us
well,
well
we
to that.
didn't
fucking-
know at the time, dude.
That's because we're
We had
stupid.
no idea.
That is
We
because
didn't
we're
know.
stupid.
BT
I
showed us
remember-
these mash bills. We tried them, fell in love with them.
I remember one time we were just talking about them, and someone was like, "Yeah, the Four Roses mash bills." We're like, "Yeah, we definitely
It was-
fucking knew that."
You want to know who it was? I thank God he's definitely still not in here. It was Little Cam.
Yeah.
That's who said it. And I went, fuck, are you serious?
and we were
Where's-
like, "Oh,
In theory, you and I should know those things.
we should know those things."
but we don't. So, but yeah, man,
We do what we
the-
can.
Those two products were fantastic. And listen, I get it. Whatever. If for some reason it doesn't work in a certain market, it doesn't
Yeah.
work or whatever. But
I love those
But,
canned cocktails,
dude,
though.
needless to say, how's life, buddy?
It's good. It's
Good.
good. You know, like it's like, you know, what I love is family's great. And I stay very, very busy with work. And, you know, at this stage of life, as much as I'm getting older, I still like to stay very, very busy with work. And
Yeah.
I love being entrenched in the industry. It took me a little while to adjust because like I came so brand focused,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, okay, that's not the focus now. But I do try and think a little bit about people's brands that we work with,
Yeah.
you know, and so forth. But it's interesting, you know, you'll hear all the stories about the industry itself. And I'm sure, as you guys know, doesn't matter. Things have never been busier for maybe good or bad reasons. But,
Sure.
you know, overall, I think it's great that it's very busy. It's a lot of people making things happen, whether it's playing defense or offense, but adjusting accordingly. And that keeps people like ourselves between valuations and audits and compliance and just helping people right size their inventory and also kind of start thinking about future planning. You know, so like it's been great, you know, and I also I love whiskey, but I've had to learn a lot in this because like we're agave, we're cognac, you know, people are asking me all these questions about cognac and I'm looking at them I'm like, I can't answer that.
You're like, you guys want to talk about rye whiskey? I got an idea.
Give me 5 minutes, I'll get back to you. But I'm learning a lot there. I've gotten a little better on those types of things. So it's interesting, kind of just rounding things out, which help inform a lot of even whiskey types decisions or finishings or things like that. So it's been great.
Broader horizons.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Listen, I think it's cool. You and I had talked when I was out at Jason's Mash and Drum meetup out at Sagamore at the time. And you were bouncing around a handful of different ideas. You know what I mean? There was a couple different opportunities that looked like they might work out or whatever, and you were working on those. And then you ended up where you're at right now. And it was like, I mean, honestly, this is, for us, it's great because I text you constant. I probably annoy the shit out of you. And I'm like, this mash bill, are those barrels available? Yes or no? You know what I mean? Like, could you find these things? And then you're honest about it. And you're like, I think that's from here. Let me see if I can figure it out. You know what I mean? Which is great. Honestly, it's a fantastic I love being able to still chat and still hit you up about these random questions that you're like, God damn it, man. Are you going to ask these fucking things again? I did it literally, I think today. So,
but the thing though is we did talk about it before. And then I was like, wait a second, it was just but I actually like it because I want to be out in front. I want to be very aware of what's going on in the marketplace at all times.
Yeah.
And so much is happening so quickly. It's nice to have an extra set of ears on the ground. It's amazing that 2 or 3 people that are, maybe not doing what I do, coming from a brand perspective or whatever, tip me off on something that just hit the market. I'm like, oh crap, we got to go find that.
Yeah.
So outside of whiskey, what's been your favorite spirit to be working, I guess, in?
That's a great question. Agave is actually quite complicated. I think people what I've learned a lot there is, the regulatory side, which I think a lot of the folks in the U.S. just think you can buy tequila when you cannot. You got to be approved by the CRT and that's quite a process. And I respect that because it's a lot like the way we protect bourbon, and so agave spirit versus tequila and just, so it's a lot of education and it took me a while to get caught up on that. So I've enjoyed that aspect. I've actually really enjoyed the conversations and some of our partners kind of on the Irish whiskey side.
Now we're talking.
And that's another area that I was somewhat familiar with, but not ultra familiar with. And that's a lot deeper than you think as far as offerings and options and so forth. But that's been complicated with the tariffs and so forth, and the dollar's gotten really strong. So there's these interesting aspects, right? You're monitoring when it comes to those types of things. You're monitoring the strength of the dollar. You're monitoring tariffs and all these things. And then of course now freight is not helping with its situation. So there's a lot of opportunity, but then it's a hurry up and wait. And you say, well, I can wait another 6 months before I bring a tanker over. Because or an ISO tank, because maybe it'll switch a dollar a euro this way, and if it does, it's drastically different on a tank.
So now you're looking at different markets instead of just looking at distillation sheets, and you're like, all right, we got about a 2-month forecast on this.
Yeah, and there is no forecasting. That's the thing is you get people, you'll be sitting on a product I had a product that I sat on for 2 years since I've been here. And in 2 weeks, I had 3 people all want it. Now they're probably all and you guys know how it is. All of a sudden, when you start getting, this week, I've had 5 or 6 inquiries about cognac. I haven't had an inquiry for a cognac in 3 months. So it's it's interesting to say, what's going on out there? Is it all the same person, the end user?
Sure.
You're trying to figure that out. And it's a co-packer coming at you. It's a formulation person coming at you, it's another broker coming at you, whatever it may be, and you're or is it just some trend or something happening within the marketplace itself, that people are starting to get excited about cognac, and so you're watching that. It's all these different moving parts when all of a sudden something starts getting exciting, and all of a sudden there's a lot of inquiries, and I had a product that sat, like I said, in Florida for 2 years, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted it, and Now it's all gone within a
Yeah,
week.
you wonder why.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, there's been a lot of talk in the last like year that whiskey's dead, and everyone's going to tequila and stuff like that. Like, how do you feel the market is with like whiskey? We obviously know it's low from the heyday of like COVID and stuff like that. It might be a little soft right now. Do you think it's at a bottom right now and we're coming back up? And when do you think like we'll get back to like a true market correction from what happened in COVID?
I don't think whiskey's dead by any means. I mean, I think whiskey's alive and well, to be totally honest. I think, at the end of the day, whiskey's being consumed at a very good rate. And when you look at the spirits industry across as a whole, you're down 2%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
And, and they're playing a percentage of that. And the numbers that are keeping it afloat is things that play a role in RTDs, right? Like, which is agave and GNS vodka, basically. And so those things are kind of keeping the numbers up a little bit. But at the same time, like, and you guys, everybody knows, and I think everybody on this channel knows, like, we're still working through what I would call your home bar from COVID. I mean, I like, you're sitting here going like, I still have so much. I have floor bottles, right? Like I've got I've got this behind me, and this is just like leftover sampling kind of thing. And like, there's a whole nother bar in my house, and then there's the bunker, and like, it's just like sitting there. And so I think there's no more free money, and things have changed a little bit as far as the economy goes, and with a few headwinds, whether it's inflation, but we've been dealing with inflation since 2020, right? And so, and then the buying habits and spending habits have changed, and everyone wants to blame cannabis. It's like, it's a little bit of cannabis. It's a lot of wellness. It's, it's a GLP-1 drug that just does not only not make you want to eat, doesn't make you want to drink.
Sure. You get a lot of bad kickbacks from it too, as well, when you do drink.
Yeah, right. And today at work, I spent $25 on FanDuel, and I put all my money on the Carolina Hurricanes. And on the way home from this work, I decided, like, I still have whiskey at home, and I don't need to stop. There's just like all these things that play into roll into it. And like people say, the younger generation isn't drinking. I disagree with that. Maybe it doesn't show up in the data, but like, just like, I can't explain why things don't show up in the data. But if you go around and just talk to people, and like, and I have kids in college and so forth, like, it's just like, yes, I think it's alive and well.
Sure. Yeah, that's not going to go away for college kids.
I also think the thing that like isn't taken into consideration is saying that they're drinking less is one thing.
Yeah.
A different way to phrase it, or a different perspective,
they're pickier.
Perspective shift may be far more selective, right?
Yep.
And so, and I actually don't think that's a bad thing at all, because I think one of the things that happened through the COVID, like the boom of brands and whiskey and the consumption rate, was 200 new brands that kicked off.
And I'm in.
And let's say that, this is a completely hypothetical number. 150 of them were cash grabs, where it was, let's put some on market. Who gives a shit if it's good? Make a bunch of money. We'll sell it, or it'll be done. It'll die, and we don't care because we made so much money, right? And so, I think if people want to be more selective, I think that's fine. I think people should have been selective in the first place. They should have been selective through COVID, when people were getting checks in the mail, so on and so forth, right? So I think that, I don't know that all of these things are downward trends. I think that some of them are, hey, these things stopped happening, and that's okay. And it's okay that you don't want every bottle to be $300 to $500, and it's okay that you don't want a 4-year whiskey to be $250, right? And it's just one of these. I think it's as simple as that. I do think that part of it is, listen, the people who are into whiskey frequently still into whiskey, right? Now, like you said, everybody did buy a shit ton of whiskey, including us, like everyone. So if you don't need as much, that's cool. A lot of people, I think, from our perspective, I guess people are still supporting the brands that they love. There's a brand loyalty that exists now that may have not been as strong before. Because not everybody's dollar goes as far as it did 8 years ago or whatever.
Well, yeah, you're not trying out as many bottles as you were 6 years ago compared to you already know what you like.
Of course.
And now you're just going back to that same well.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think people still, the good news for people like us, the good news for, and people like you guys,
Just don't put out
is-
shit.
well, is people still do want different or new experiences. That
Yeah.
part didn't go away, right? Which is great, but that's fantastic. And if you can give people transparency and I think, relatively solid pricing or whatever, these things, and good value or good quality at your value, then I think that you're okay. There are still brands growing today, right now. It's just not everyone, right? And I think during COVID, it was literally everyone. There wasn't a brand not growing then, because no brand was claiming bankruptcy. No brand wasn't paying construction loans. No brand, these things weren't happening, right? So I think it turned into one of these things where it's like, dude, everybody we all got excited. Everybody did. You're sitting at home, you're doing nothing but drinking. But that is also a thing. Maybe
Well, you
that's
couldn't
not-
go see people.
Maybe that's
Might as
not
well
the
be
best
drunk.
thing in the world. I think that's fair too, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to shift this into like a wellness conversation. Like that's shifted into, well, people are being healthier. Okay. People are being healthier by drinking less if they were
Yeah.
drinking that much anyways. That's
Because they got to go back to their
is-
9 to 5.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
how it works anyways. But people are still, like you just said, people are still having drinks. I listened to a psychologist talk about, he asked a guy, he said, people are younger people, let's say college, are drinking less, dating less. There's a far less like teenage pregnancies.
They're
and
fucking
so on and
less.
so forth.
Yeah, ain't that sad?
So on and so forth. And you look at why the guy literally, he asked him, he goes, those are all good things. And then the psychologist goes, but what's the reason for those things?
Selectivity.
It's not that those are bad things. It's what's the reason for them. And that's what he said. He goes,
Yeah,
it's
it's
because
terrible.
there's no interaction anymore. There's
Yeah.
no like there's no social interaction. It's all online. And he goes, that's a bad thing. So now some of the things coming out of it might be good. The problem is the reason it's happening is not good. Right. So as these people age out of, fuck Facebook, dude, whatever, like I'm out of I'm off Facebook as much as I can possibly be off Facebook and whatever, but my life is better without Facebook. It just genuinely is. But it does turn into one of these things where it's like, as people, whiskey was never a 21-year-old man's game anyways.
No.
Exactly.
I mean, we talked about it. Our buddy in college having Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
And the first time we drank it, we're like, holy shit, who would choose to drink that?
Right.
And now it's like, we look at it as like, oh, that'd be a warm-up pour.
Yeah.
And then we can go on to actual drinking.
Yeah. It just, you're not hammering barrel proof whiskey in college.
No.
You're just not.
And I don't want you to be. Like,
Sure.
No, yeah,
I
people
don't
do not
want
do
you
that.
to be.
You
Keep
shouldn't.
it to the 5% ABV
Right.
in a
You know,
can.
Bud Light
type of
is great.
thing. Like this is down the road. Like I'm totally with you. Like that would not be a healthy thing for us.
Right.
And that would be trouble long term. But I like to get back to kind of like what you said earlier, Dan, and I think is good for you and Sean is we're finally getting back to like just brand loyalty.
Yeah.
And like I don't think we'll ever go back to like I just buy Jack Daniels kind of thing.
Sure.
Like right, like because there's just that was back then there was 5 offerings: Seagram 7, Jack Daniels, White Label,
Mhm.
but like it's like, and I've always said like when I was with a brand, I wanted to. I don't expect them to just drink us, but I'd like to be one of their 5.
Yeah.
Like and I think a great example of that is you don't necessarily have distribution in Maryland, but I went to a bottle meetup this past weekend, and there was several bottles of Evernorth on that table.
That's great.
Yeah. That's cool.
That feels really cool to
That's
hear.
cool.
Like it was really cool to hear, like because like I walk over there being huge fans of yourselves as I'm
He's like, I
drinking
made that shit.
Exodus Batch 1,
Hell yeah.
Ah,
you
hell.
know, and as you know, I immediately bought a case of that, and I'm down to like 2 bottles. But walking over and just seeing like it grow for you guys always makes me happy. But going back to even your kind of question earlier, Sean, I think was like, when will we get back to like pre-pandemic
Yeah.
like levels? And
Do you think we're above
it's
it, or like I'm sorry. Do you think the market, it will grow obviously, but like where's the level out versus where do you think the next peak would be, I guess?
The next peak's a long ways out. I couldn't necessarily speculate at that, but I think we'll get back to healthy growth. And it's like anything. And I'm actually worried about some things. I always joke internally here a little bit, and with some of my friends within the industry, like that do what we do kind of thing, is like, I mean, they turn the spigots off, right? I mean,
Yeah.
unless you submit a prepaid PO, there's not being an extra drop made right now. And so it's like, I jokingly say, in 4 years from now, you might pay the same for 3-year-old barrels as you do 9-year-old barrels. So there's still like this wonkiness to kind of iron out. That's a bit unknown, but I think brands that know what they're doing and can think a little bit of the future will offset that easily, and also be smart enough to know, like, maybe today what they're seeing for pricing isn't going to be a norm either. So take advantage of it, allows you to maybe make some advances and do things internally that you might not normally be able to do. But your COGS, build a business model around that you think is long-term sustainable, right? Because it's about the brand surviving and being consistent in what they do. And part of that's like access to the product themselves, whether they're contract or just sourcing regularly. And then making sure when they look at themselves, they're going like, what do my COGS, like, what does my business model need to be from a COGS perspective? Like, what are the things I always like when I call you guys? It's like, I'll be like, I got something. And Dan will be like, no, that doesn't fit. That price is that's outside of what we want for our consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And that discipline, even though inside you're sitting there going like, I bet it's pretty good. I bet that's pretty good whiskey.
Yeah.
But that discipline of saying like, it doesn't fit our business model is super important. And I think right now whether the people like it or not, or realize it or not, is I'm seeing people get really disciplined and get super lean on CapEx and spending. And those that are getting smart and super lean and being disciplined are going to be great long-term, right? And a lot of them have pulled back in distribution, kept it to just where they should have been in their state and online and tasting room. And you build a business model around that, you'd be successful. Or maybe it's 7 markets or 4 markets, but you build it and stay disciplined and don't get distracted by the moth or the squirrel. Like, it's just like, just stay the course with what you know. And those brands are going to be great, and they're going to be just fine. And the consumer will like that too, because it will always be consistently available, which will continue to build out that loyalty we were just talking about.
I told Dan, sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you off
you're
there.
good. Go.
I think like 2028, 2029 is going to be the year that shit starts getting wild, because I think so many people were producing in that 2019, 2020 that there's going to be so much like really well-aged stock on the market yet again that it will be a huge run on whiskey again.
Yeah, I've earmarked the number 2030 for sure. And those that know will tee up prior. They'll say like, don't wait for it to hit that age statement. I can buy it. It's interesting exponentially how barrels will jump in value from, as you guys know, like it sits kind of like this and then it kind of does this. And I think those who know when it's going to all of a sudden start spiking again, just say, I might be better off buying this inventory and paying very little on storage for a year to 2 to hit all those age statements I've desired.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, everyone's like, oh, that's a smart move. It's going to be interesting. At the same time, in 2030, we're going to notice that like no one made whiskey 4 years ago.
Right.
And that there's not really a 4-year, unless, there's another unfortunate, somebody who was making it, has a distressed situation. But like, I think brands that rely on just 3 and 4 year old whiskey, and there's a lot of them, need to be thinking about that time frame, and they've got time to prepare, which is good, but you need to be thinking about that because nobody's making anything for you if you didn't ask for it and pay for it.
Well, and the thing is, realistically, right now with the market the way that it is, not only like the people, like you just said, there are a lot of people who rely on it. The biggest brands in the world rely on it. Like heavily. So it's not like all the NDPs and all like the little tiny mom and pops.
It's everyone.
It's the majority volume wise of the entire fucking market. So it's not, hey man, like those guys have 5,000 barrels and that's a smaller brand, right? Because all these Kentucky brands or all these legacies or whoever it is,
Jack Daniel's like,
a
that's a day and a
barrels.
half.
Yeah. They all have 1 million barrels, right? But the people relying on it are the people putting 80 proofers and 90 proofers in a bottle every day and pumping out a metric shit ton of it. So I think the hard part with that comes with the people relying on it are producing 80% of the whiskey on the planet, or let's say 80% of the whiskey in the country. You're right. And those guys are relying on it more than anyone else as well.
Well, I think what we were talking about earlier, like the selectivity and the knowledge of people that had grown from like the COVID times, the 80 proofers, that was whatever everyone was drinking on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then everyone got in the hobby and then realized, oh, there's so much more depth to this like thing.
Yeah.
No one that was buying a bunch of those back in the day is buying those now. They've moved on to different
Like it's
offerings.
evolved. Yeah.
They're trying to do higher age statements, higher proofs, you know, your cast strengths and stuff like that. That almost like the shelf product feels like it's kind of dead a little bit.
It's hurt. The shelf product hurts more than
that
anything
feels
else,
like the market that's dying, and that was what was supplying that gigantic number for the market. So many more people are just being like, hey, I would rather have a better whiskey. Give me something better.
Well, I think what you're seeing now, because what comes with people drinking less is if people drink less, the majority of people drink the volume product. Old Number 7 is drank far more than any of our bottles ever.
But if I'm having one
right?
drink, I don't want
Old
don't. Number 7.
No.
I want Jack 10, Jack 12.
You aren't the person going and buying a 750 every day or every other day.
That's fair.
Right?
That's a different market.
No. I know. But to your point, though, the benefit to it right now is, and I think the thing that some of the bigger or the more legacy brands struggle with maybe is the enthusiast market isn't the biggest market, but not by any means. It's not even really close, right? But the enthusiast market can help provide the relief that the volume market cannot provide right now.
Yeah.
And so, some of these brands are not playing in the enthusiast market, and they're maybe not playing it correctly or from a price conscious perspective at all. And I think if you don't, you're missing a giant part of the market that could replace what you've lost in the last 2 to 3 years. So I think, unfortunately, if you're too narrow-sided where it's like this one, and Jack is just the example we use because Jack makes so much whiskey and Old Number 7s in every bar on the planet.
Yep.
I do believe that out of all of the Brown-Forman brands, Jack's
they're
probably doing just fine.
Yeah, that $15
I just use
billion.
them as an example because Old Number 7 is the example of all whiskey on the planet, it seems. But I do believe that it's one of these things where I have said to a brand in the last, when was our Kentucky trip? Not that long ago, 2 months
ago. Yeah.
I've said in the last not that long ago to a brand, the fact that we're not playing an enthusiast market means we're missing right now. That not us, but you. Because we're coming to buy whiskey from you for enthusiasts. You have enthusiast whiskey. The fact that we're not dabbling in a market that is willing to still support the brand that's producing the good whiskey, especially at a good value, means that we're chunking out. There are 3 parts of the market, I think, if you divide it. And it's the alcoholics. It's the $20 and under a bottle every day, whatever it is, right? And it's a high volume market. There's your middle ground, your Woodford Reserve makers.
We'll call it the party market. How
you
about
can call
that?
it whatever you want.
We'll make it a little softer.
It is what it is. There's your middle, your Woodfords and your Buffalo Trace and your, it's a solid product and it's not a crazy price and you can get it every day. And then there's your enthusiast market who are people willing to pay a few $100s for a bottle of whiskey if they think it's fantastic and valuable and worth it. If you're not in all 3 markets and you're legacy and you're a giant corp, what the fuck are we doing? Because you just took away. Now, each one isn't 33% of your business. I get that.
Yeah.
But you lost 12% here or you lost 6% here this year. If you have enthusiast whiskey, enthusiasts could have made up maybe 2 to 4% of that instead of just taking a 6 to 8% hit, right? And I'm going to be honest, there are some of these brands who are not putting out enthusiast bottles that I would have said, fuck yeah, thank God they made that this year because it was awesome. And I'm glad I bought it, right? So I think that's a fucking bummer, honestly. But
well, it's a shame when people don't fully understand all the markets and channels. And so it's an options. And like, I still to this day, like, I don't necessarily say thank God for COVID, but like if COVID didn't ground me and actually sit me in front of a YouTube, bored off my ass trying to figure out what I was going to do, I don't know if I would ever fall upon this, right? Like, and
Sure.
and it's the greatest thing that ever happened to myself as far as my whiskey love.
It just
it
took
is, it's just like,
a
what do you do,
national
like, every day?
tragedy
It's like-
for us to meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
great.
like, is your everyday sipper a $16 bottle? Is your everyday sipper
Right.
a $35 bottle? Is your everyday sipper a $65 bottle? And if it is a $65 bottle, let me tell you, like, you need to jump into that, that influencer type market,
Sure.
and lean into that, because otherwise, I don't necessarily know how they figure that out.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't fully understand. I don't understand just skipping one of them. Like it's not too much work. You have a staff of 400 people. You know what I mean? Like it's not that crazy. And it's like, it doesn't take 20 of those 400 people to do the thing I'm talking about right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it takes 3 to 5 of them maybe, and it's just one of these things where it's just like, you just playing all 3, man. If one's suffering, you got 2 more to lean on. I mean, in theory, you've created 3 revenue streams in the same fucking market from the same fucking product. You've handled the product differently, right? I want to tell you, I haven't told you about this yet, but I know that one of my favorite Sagamores, because you brought me one, is a Calvados finished Sagamore that you guys put out. You were there. I mean, when was this? 2019?
That was
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
18, 19. Well, it was originally supposed to go out, and then it was a disaster. and it got punted, and then it had to be spectacular.
That bottle is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite Sagamore labels.
Dan's
that's ever
trying to
gone
recreate
out.
it right now, if you're wondering.
So we've got, I haven't told you about this, but we got 5 1,000-liter Calvados barrels that
Do you have
we
any
imported.
pictures of them?
I don't.
Fuck, I don't know if I do
1,000
either.
liter.
1,000-liter.
They're 265 gallons.
Every one of them has all of the 5 that we got, but every one of those 5 that we got, Solera aged it for more than 40 years. So they're all historical barrels. Those fucking things leak like a goddamn sieve. I started fucking filling those things up.
We were spraying it with so we have like RO water to a hose, and like we were just sitting there like spraying them on down and just letting them absorb
Didn't
water
matter.
forever.
Didn't matter.
Still leaked like a
I literally spent
motherfucker.
an entire day just trying to get 3 of them to stop leaking after whiskey went in them. But it's one of these things where like some of these projects are so fucking fun, dude. You know what I mean? Like you hope. We did different ryes.
We did a Middle West
52 rye in
yep.
one of them, a 51 MGP rye in one of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
and then we
West
did
Side.
a Green River bourbon in one of them. We still have 2 to fill. I don't know if they'll hold anything at this point, but dude, some of these projects, like in theory, like these would go towards the enthusiast products that I'm talking about, right? But because these barrels cost a fucking fortune through importing and all these different things, and they're huge, so they hold a lot of whiskey. But
Too much.
but dude, how much fun you can have with this side of it, and
Yeah.
how much you can experiment and see how stuff turns out, and just give it some time, And it's like, dude, people are missing out on this part of it, which is
So
such
we
a
were
bummer.
honestly, we were waiting on those barrels. We went out golfing in the morning. Brandon was with us, and people kept blowing up Dan's phone, and we're like, "What is going on?" And it was 2 different trucking companies were waiting for us. They were well before their drop-off window, but Brandon goes, "You know what? I'm just gonna leave early. Go there." He texts Dan and goes, "I don't think you know how fucking big these barrels are."
Like the
I'm
size
like-
of a car.
Dan was like, "Oh, no. Like, they're the same size like the Tawny Port barrel that we did for Arctic." He goes, "Oh, they're so much
No,
bigger."
I said they're 1,000 liters. I know exactly how big they are. I don't know now.
Okay, you
I
know
don't know
the
the
size that they
I
hold,
don't
but
know
you don't
the-
understand
yeah.
what volume
I don't
is.
know the displacement of air that they take. You know what I
A
mean?
fuck ton. They are so comedically big.
Yeah.
But Dan is trying to recreate that right now.
I think no. I just
He's got a 52 rye blend that's in one of those Calvados barrels.
Yeah, and the 3 have different whiskeys in them for a good reason.
Yeah.
It's just let's see which one turns out. These will be fun. It'd be fun to release like 3 Spirit Walkers at the same time, one from each one, whatever it is, right? But dude, like you're just missing out if you're not playing around for people who love whiskey right
Yeah,
now.
do
You
something
really
cool.
are. But
That 52 rye. Ooh, man, she needs to be tamed a little bit more.
she just needs time.
Yeah.
She needs time. She
She
does.
does
but
need time. That's a
they're
lot of
fun,
corn.
man. They're fun, dude.
But like it is like you should have a line item in your budget for R&D.
Yeah.
And it's okay to fail at R&D. It's not ideal. And
Sure.
just keep it within the budget that you like, but it's like, but otherwise you're not like innovation, like the two things that are going to get somebody like, what I see is right now is a lot of collaboration is the way people are trying to survive. But eventually they're going to get back. That collaboration will lead to innovation because now you're going to have multiple heads in the room thinking like, well, you got a lot of this and I got some of this and we got some of this. What do we do?
Yeah.
And you got to constantly be pushing. I mean, if you're not playing offense and like, as you know, like, I mean, the Calvados finish, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was like a 6-year-old or 7-year-old rye. And then it went into these Calvados barrels that were like, unfortunately, all different sizes.
Sure.
And that led to our demise. Like, it just like, it's like, so nothing was consistent, unfortunately. And it got really tannicky. And like, I remember specifically like sitting there going like, the sales team, like, we're so excited about the Calvados release coming this, upcoming season. And it's just like, and then we're like, hey, I think we asked Norwood, hey, can you bring some of those samples in? And he's like, yeah, I can bring those in. And he kind of like just walked into the room, like, what the hell, dude? Like that's not like you're not in sales, I guess.
Right.
Like, just like, and so it's just like, and ours got tannicky as all get out, and there's nothing saying like going back to the distributor, your sales team, and everything saying like it's not coming out. We canceled the release, and they dumped everything and put it back in freshly dumped rye barrels, and went another 18 months, and it actually then worked out really well. But it's like it's just like. The beauty of whiskey, if you have time, you can move it around and eventually figure things out. But that constant monitoring and watching and sampling, and it does this the whole time in the barrel, and like you'll never catch it at the peak, but if you catch it at the top of the arch, you're in a good spot.
I call that the witchcraft of bourbon or whiskey in general. Like, I actually have an event in 2 weeks, so it's through the American Chemical Society, and I do a talk about like the science behind distillation, and I say it's 50-50. You have your 50% that is the very technical, very science side, that you can get so analytical on your distillation process, and you can put it down to the tightest specs ever, and then you have the 50% that is witchcraft, that is putting it into a barrel and just hoping it turns out, because every barrel is different. Everything that you get across it is going to be very different. You can have the same distillate go into, barrels 1 to 100, and most of them are going to taste very, very different in the next 5 years, just because of your barrel makeup. And that's just the witchcraft of whiskey.
Yeah. I think that's I don't know. I think that's what we all love about it.
That's magic, dude.
It's just
that
like,
is.
Every time you pull that bung, you're like, here we go.
Yeah, that's why the single barrels not be cool. Is so hard. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of listen. If Rolex makes 5 fucking watches, they're the same watch. They're going to be the same fucking watch. You know what I mean? If you go and taste 5 barrels distilled on the same day by the same people off the same still at the same entry proof at the same distillate, all these things could be identical in the same cooperage with the same char levels and toast, whatever. Those fucking whiskeys are different whiskeys, and that's fun. Yeah, that's what gives us like a depth to a hobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're hobbies that do well have rabbit holes, like they're rabbit hole hobbies, and that's part of what makes whiskey a rabbit hole. But
just keep going deeper.
It's fun, dude. That's in theory why Blanton's and Elmer and fucking all these guys did what they were doing.
Nah, it's good marketing.
But no, they weren't the marketing guys. They were the guys who were like, I like that barrel.
Yeah.
That's them. That's why, right? But
their palates were good enough to know too.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think palates have drastically, grown and become more sophisticated thanks to the community and channels like this and so forth, that have led to that. And where like can appreciate single barrels more and more. Blanton's is more of a marketing thing, and it's no disrespect, but that's
Of
more
course,
of a.
yeah.
But it works, and it's worked very well for them.
Incredibly well.
but
said.
Everyone knows
you
that
know,
bottle.
But the information came from somewhere. It was most likely a master distiller or blender. It was just like when they sit there and go, you really can tell the difference between these 5 barrels, even though they're all filled the same day 8 years ago on the same run and everything. And like, yep, I can see nuances and differences
Yeah.
in them.
Well, yeah, and it's why it's a humongous part of the entire industry is barrel picks and single barrels, right? And it's like, listen, I get that there's like a placebo effect on a lot of stuff, and I get that like we all want to have fun and go on a journey and have these one-off experiences and hang out with our buddies and do all these things.
But
together.
doesn't that make it better?
There's no way we're gonna pretend that all of those barrels are the same. Buffalo Trace spent, I don't know how much their budget was on the Single Oak project.
$10 trillion.
Plentiful, some would say.
Yeah.
Like they were cutting down trees and making sure barrels were made out of the same part of the same tree, and then the top and the middle and the bottom, so that they could see the differences between those 3 parts of the same tree. And it's like most barrels are not made of the same tree. Most of them are made of plenty different trees. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you don't think that there's like a depth to that part of it, you're
well,
insane.
on top of that, you have the amount of time that it's dry seasoned, who's making
Everything.
it. Yeah,
the char,
like, the
like
toast,
a char
the
level,
char,
a char 4 at ISC and a char 4 at Kelvin aren't the same. They
Yeah.
just aren't the same,
Yeah.
right?
They are not.
They're not.
One's gas, one is gas infused, one's natural fire.
And even just from like that one was 45 seconds and that one was 38. Just there's so many dumb little levers
Intricacies,
that are being
yeah.
pulled everywhere and by tons of different people through the whole process. That is so much fun, man. It's so fun.
Yeah, and the water content in the staves, I don't care if they're seasoned or not. That's something I don't think they have no control over. And so, do we get down to 4%, 6%, 2%, and that's going to affect when you go for a char 4 because you're doing a time-based 30 seconds,
Yeah,
28
that's
seconds.
yeah.
but you have less moisture
Water
in
content
there.
inside that stave is going to tell you how far that flame gets.
Okay, I got questions. I got these are
I
back.
can't
These are
wait.
back in the Sagamore Day questions. You don't even have to answer
Oh.
none of them. You can say you're an idiot. I don't care. But
Plead the fifth.
your favorite, if you got this far when you were at Sagamore, I'm assuming at some point in time you were doing something along these lines. Favorite like barrel mate, if you were going to order a barrel or something
Ooh,
for
I
a
like
fun
this.
project, but it was going to be something for you, not for like not the marketing or sales team.
I want the Michter's answer.
The Michter's answer was absolute ass, dude. The Michter's answer, with all due respect to her, because she's great.
Yeah.
I asked her she's the barrel maturation. Also with all due respect, I do not recall her name. I met her once. I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
My bad. But I asked her, I was like, what's your favorite barrel makeup? Because she was telling us that this is part of her job. Right?
Yeah, she's head of maturation at Michter's.
And I said, what's your favorite barrel
Someone
makeup?
can tell me in the comments. Her
She
name.
literally looked at me
Alexandria.
and she said to me, I'm not allowed to disclose that information. And I'm like, no, I'm not asking what Michter's does with their toasted rye or whatever. Just want to know your favorite one. It's as simple as like a personal preference,
Yeah.
right? Because we've played around with single or double barreling and like custom barrels and different cooperages and all these things. And there's definitely a preference that you build over time because you come to an expectation. But did you ever get into that point? Were you ever at that point in Sagamore, even like probably in the earlier days, where you were worried about like a barrel makeup or what cooperage it came from or any of that shit?
I mean,
That's a question.
you're going to not like this. One, I didn't know enough. Two,
You know more now than we do, which is the craziest. I mean, that's fucking wild.
Dan's a low bar.
like I did not know anything. And
Sure.
so
Trial by fire, though.
right. So got there in beginning of 2013, started buying from MGP, and February of 15, I think it was February 15. So less than, basically 2 years later, I submitted a PO to MGP, and they said, there are no more oak barrels. I said, what do you mean? Like, will they be in next week? like,
You put
they're
your head
like,
out. I
no.
see a lot of oak.
like, the world ran out of white oak. an American oak. I was like, what do you mean? And I no one told me that. No one told me that was going to come. I didn't know
Right.
enough. And it was like this perfect storm of all of a sudden this uptick in whiskey and the barrel demand. American oak became very popular for housing and fencing and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently there was like the storm of the century through kind of the southeast that didn't allow like the machinery to get in to harvest the trees.
Oh,
It did the same thing. It topped a lot of trees too. So it
And
killed a
so-
lot of old growth.
interesting.
Yeah. And so I think I started getting barrels again in February 15. So this was I was there in 12. So in 14, we ran out of barrels. And like at the time, MGP always provided an Independence Day barrel with your fill.
Okay.
Any idea what that cost at the time for that barrel?
Oh, in
I
20,
can't imagine.
2015?
2014.
Oh God, $400.
125.
Oh
my
God.
God. Just
Oh my God, it's three
hey,
off.
And I'm not gonna throw in a direct number out there. I want everybody to know
It
that,
ain't close.
that later in life,
It ain't
around
close.
the beginning of Evernorth, there was a comma in that same exact thing.
Holy shit! Yeah, I
Like,
would.
oh, I'm sorry.
3X
That
up
was
on
for the
that.
empty barrel. I'm sorry. That was the empty barrel.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Sorry.
An
Just for
empty
the
barrel
empty
right
barrel.
now from
Oh.
ISC is about $300.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So for the empty barrel is 125. To fill it was 528.
oh, it's still so cheap. Okay, keep going.
Okay, everything seems free right now.
Yep.
All right, keep going.
So that might explain some of the pricing you see right now.
Sure.
And so, anyways, so yeah, they just said it ran out, and you were never allowed to supply your barrels really with them. I think because they just didn't want to deal with you and your timing of shipping in, and
Yeah,
it
it's a
just was a
bitch.
debacle. And so I said, if I find my own barrels, can I ship them in? And he's like, sure, why not? And for there, I went around and started visiting every cooperage. Most of them laughed. Ended up I'm not going to name names. Ended up deep in Southern Kentucky. One that I was a bit nervous, but I
Banjo's
showed up
playing.
with a tremendous amount of Under Armour camouflage and started handing it out. Next thing you know, I stayed for a bluegrass festival that happened like right in the office area and ate a lot of green beans and fried okra and stuff and
Yeah.
had a great day.
Sounds like
And-
a good time.
Started working on getting barrels, and then I won't name another cooperage. But the gentleman needed. He called me back and said, "Listen, I might be able to help you, but my son's team needs basketball uniforms."
Well, do I have the deal of the
I
century
know
for
a
you?
guy, For those who
This
don't
was an
know,
8th grade team,
It
by the
will
way.
be logoed.
yeah, for those who don't know, Under Armour heavily involved in the Sagamore start story. So,
And so, so with the first truckload of barrels, I got a picture of the team all decked out. But from there, so the barrel prices just skyrocketed in theory. I think we immediately went to about $280
okay.
because there was no more wood. And that's when you'll see voids in people's inventories. Like there was nothing at the end of 14, very little other than beam. And then nothing in 15. Early 15 is very hard to find for a lot of ways outside the legacy distilleries because there was just a massive barrel shortage and they skyrocketed in price. And then the barrels that we got, we started filling like crazy. And then we got a call from that same cooperage because I think people got in rush jobs. Next thing you know, you're not seasoning staves 6+
Sure.
months anymore.
Yeah.
You're probably 4.5 to 5 months. Everything got because the boom started. And then next thing you know, I got a call and said, you might need to go and inspect your barrels at that warehouse. I'm pretty sure most of the heads don't exist anymore.
Oh no.
I literally just wrote down before you were talking about that. It said Young Wood ?
Yep. And so you had young wood and you had glue issues in the heads, and we lost hundreds of barrels to after the first hot summer. They blew the heads out. And but what's interesting is then we started reconsolidating. So we went through an insurance claim and we went through all that and we started reconsolidating. And so there is some 2015 rye out there and bourbon. I don't know where it landed. That got reconsolidated and basically double oaked early on.
Sure. Have an idea?
we've only had one barrel that's ever had a head blowout. That was a 2015 distilled.
Yeah, it's Kelvin.
I wasn't gonna drop any names. Dan's being violent
It
right now.
did. No, I love Kelvin. I'm a fucking Kelvin fanboy.
It was last summer. We had a barrel pick. It was probably June or July, and so it's beautiful out. It was a great day. We popped up the tent, had everyone under the tent. We're doing the barrel pick outside, so you can be next to barrels and do shit like that. And we left them all outside in the sun. And at one point in time, we went to load everything back in the barrel house, and one stave from the middle of the head, so like right around the bung, literally just popped out.
straight up.
We could not get that back in.
No.
I tried. It
Listen,
didn't work.
Here's what I'll say. That what I'm saying is that was a Kelvin barrel that failed, because that's true. That being said,
Violence.
we just ran 100 barrel. It's not
We
violence.
still love
It's
the
not
fuck
violence.
out of Kelvin.
And I'll say why it's not violence. We just ran 100 barrels contract at Green River.
Yeah,
Every one of them's in a fucking custom Kelvin.
yeah.
And that's
'Cause they're great.
because the aging process for Kelvin's great.
We
Do
love them.
Kelvin's leak? Yeah, they fucking leak. Is the whiskey good that comes out of Kelvin? Yeah, it fucking is. You know, like you get a balance here. You get,
Yeah.
if you want Space Side will hold your whiskey really well. Most
Yep.
ISC stuff will hold your whiskey
Do
incredibly
you want to
well.
wait 9 years though?
Here's the thing. Do you want your whiskey to be dark as fucking night and taste like heaven? Kelvin might be your guy.
Yeah.
It just might. Sometimes it is.
Listen, I think the thing too, I think the world of them. I think they're one of the greatest people and one of the greatest.
They're
coopers
great
ever.
people. They're fantastic.
They
to work
they
with.
called me, by the way, and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
you want to go down and inspect?"
Which is actually wild. Truthfully.
That's accountability.
You know,
I
that
like
they
it.
would
They
do
get
And
a
they
hand
said-
up on that.
Go down there, do all the math,
Yeah.
send it to me, send it to them, done.
Yeah.
No questions asked, no back and forth. They replaced everything
Yeah.
accordingly to face value, and
That's a character thing.
and
Yeah.
we
I
couldn't
mean,
wait to order more barrels from them again. Like
Yeah.
I think the world of them.
Yep.
And like, listen, shit happens. And
Yeah.
like, you know, and it was just a unique time where
Yep.
I don't think they were cutting corners. It just was the industry at the time.
like you said, shit does happen. I mean, inevitably, especially over a long business period, like a long period of time, at some point in time, shit's going to happen. How you clean it up is a very big fucking deal, right? Like realistically. And so I don't love that Kelvins are a little leakier. They're not as tight as some of the other Cooper, whatever it is. But man, the best 52 ryes that we've literally bought from Sagamore have been in Kelvins.
Yeah.
The best Green River barrels we've ever had have been in Kelvins. Some of the best whiskey that we've had that's not ultra aged has been in Kelvin barrels. It really has. And is there a failure from time to time? Yep. Do they leak a little more? Yep. Are the barrels less full than they would have been in a different Cooper?
They
Yep.
age quicker.
You know what, dude? At 5 to 7 years old, you're going to find some bangers, though. You're going to find some monster whiskeys in these barrels, and they're going to look great. They're going to smell great. They're going to taste great. And honestly, every time I email them or I ask for something, we had to move our contract distillation date up with the Green River situation. We moved it up basically a full month, which I thought I had a 2-month lead time on getting barrels because we were custom ordering and then sending the barrels to Green River from Kelvin. I thought we had 2 months. We moved the distillation date up, and all of a sudden we have about 3.5 weeks. And I got a hold of them, and I was like, any way you can make this happen? And they're like, the barrels will be there on the day. The barrels were there on the fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, that they said they'd be there.
Yeah.
They charged us after. It wasn't even like they'll be there if you pay us today. Those barrels were there, and I paid them the day after they got there.
They're good
It's just
people.
one of those things where it's just like, I think like a lot of whiskey enthusiasts very much like Kelvin barrels. Kelvin is the name for enthusiasts.
Unknowingly too also.
Well, a lot of them do know, truthfully,
Yeah.
but Kelvin is like the enthusiast name. If you say like Speyside Cooperage, a lot of people don't know it. They think it's Scotch or whatever else. If you say Kelvin, a lot of enthusiasts will know what that is. But the thing that like goes unseen is like every time that I've emailed them, every time I've ever called them, they've been absolutely fucking awesome to work with. And I'm willing to put up with a little bit of leak. Now failure is a bummer.
Well,
I'm glad that incredible that they would take care of it. I like that a lot, right? You would hope that somebody would, because I knew there was a different Cooperage, which I won't name because this would be choosing violence.
This
There's a
would
different
be.
Cooperage who had significant failure and didn't fucking call people and tell them about it. And you know, it was catastrophic failure, like really for a lot of people, and they made a shit
And a
ton
lot of
barrels.
different reasons.
But those people didn't do that, right? And it's how you clean up your mess, and it's how you fix the thing that you didn't even know may have been a problem at the time that shows who you are and who you are as a company or as a person or whatever. But
All right, I wrote
Yeah,
this down,
like,
but before I forget, BT, our first run of contract distillate from Sagamore is coming up at 4 years this August.
in August, dude, 4 years.
We need to get you back to to Sagamore. No, we need you back to Evernorth.
He can go to Sagamore every month. They still like him.
Yeah, no shit. Everyone liked him. I remember being at the port place when we went there and tried the bourbon and stuff, and like the janitors were walking through. They're like, "What's up, BT?"
Yeah.
But no, we need to get back to Evernorth. We need to go through some of those barrels because
I would love that.
Dude. Okay.
it is amazing because of the fact that literally like 3 weeks ago you gave me a sample and you're like, just pick one, which one you like.
I was fucking. Me and Brandon were fucking with Sean. Sean was in our office space.
I'm working. I'm plugged in.
We pulled 2 barrels. Brandon. So we're out there to pull a barrel specifically for an intentional purpose. While Brandon and I are out in the barrel house, Brandon goes, "I'm gonna pull one of the contracts just for fun, just see what it, where it's at." He pulled a 3-year. It wasn't one of the ones turning 4. It's one of the ones turning 3.
on the
The right wall.
Yep.
And so he goes and pulls one. And he brings it over, and I smell it. I go, "Oh God, shit, dude, that's fantastic." Especially at the age, that's fantastic. Like if I didn't know it was that age, I would think it wasn't that age, obviously. And then we're sitting there, and it's like, let's go fuck with Sean, because Sean has
This is what I
no
live with,
idea
yeah.
that we pulled these barrels, right? And so the other barrel we pulled was a lot. I mean, it was probably 6 years older, I would imagine,
8.
somewhere around that 8. And
was
so
8.
I walk in, Sean's got his headphones on, and I take 2 glasses and I just set them down in front of him, and I go, "We're bottling one of these for the tasting room. Just pick one," which is bullshit because we're obviously not bottling a 2-year and 3/4-old bourbon for the tasting room, and we don't even know what barrel it is, truthfully, so it doesn't matter. But and he tastes the one. He goes, "That was pretty good. It's like a little funky." And the one that we were going out to intentionally pull was funky. And then he smells the other one. He's like, "Okay." He tastes the other one. He's like, "What did you say? Like." That's like 6-year-old or something like that. Something like that.
I was like,
5-year-old, something like that.
I go, there's a little bit of graininess on it, but I go, that's really good right now.
And then I look at it, I'm like, dude, that one is not 3 years old. Like
I picked that one.
he did pick that one. We have had 5 and 6-year-old bourbon that shouldn't have ever been bottled. I mean, that's just real life, right? All of us have had it at this point. Everybody in chat's had one of these fucking bottles. Sean and I probably have 400 of them in here, I'd imagine, whatever it is.
It seems high.
But you just have those bottles where it's like, dude, I get that it's 5 or 6. If you intentionally made that, that's a bummer, or if you intentionally sold it, I guess it's a bummer, whatever. But it's so cool to see. We had the same experience at the top of the barrel house.
Yeah,
with
100%.
BT
Like
that
that's what I'm
night.
saying. Like it very
Just
much feels like
fucking
it
cool,
recreates that exact moment.
Yeah, it's just fucking beautiful, dude. I'm very happy. We had like this perfect mecca shit where we got to meet each other at the right time in the right place, and all these things happened and they lined up, and I'm grateful for it. But it's sent us on such a cool journey. You've helped more with Evernorth than people will ever know, probably more than you'll ever know, and
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing for us too.
One of us is a good person. I'm gonna give it to Dan just because I feel like a lot of like right time, right place type things really fell in. Meeting you on that trip, like truly was instrumental to us opening Evernorth.
Being where we're at today,
Yeah.
for sure.
So whenever you can, I would love to have you back up to go through some of those barrels just because it is a very full like circle thing going on.
I would love that. That would make my day. Like that would be an honor. Thank
It'd be
you. Like
fantastic.
no, it's just like I don't even think about the Sagamore days so much as with you guys.
Of course.
Like I mean,
We think about it a
Of
lot.
course.
all sitting in the lollipop room and going like we were probably here one too many. But
No,
Nah.
no.
It's a good day.
In fairness, going back, we were only betting $1, I think.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Oh
were.
yeah, it was no money. The money had nothing to do with it.
I was down 20 at the end. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Thing,
But I do think that funded Evernorth
Yeah.
get started. Like,
Yeah, I think it was at least part of it. I think we bought our first barrel with it or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
With interest, we owe you about a barrel. Yeah.
Yeah. We still owe you, at least $1,500, but yeah, for sure.
no, it's great. Like, it's been like watching your guys' journey, cheer for you guys all the time. I drink your product a lot. I share your product a lot. And like I said, walking in, like, I don't know, there's a bit of me that was super, super honored and super proud, like for you guys, like walking in last weekend to Old Line at this bottle meetup and looking over and seeing, like, you can go down the line, like you recognize, like, I mean, the bottle's tall, right? Like,
Sure.
so you like,
Yep.
kind of like,
For a reason.
even in the deep end, it stands out, like, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, ooh, one. Oh, there's another one. There's a 4 or 5 here.
That's
Like,
cool.
like, and it's
That's
just
very
like,
cool here.
and it's just like, it's one thing when there's one, right?
Yeah, of course.
But when there's 5,
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
especially, in the life of a brand and history, like, you guys have made major headways and major progress, but like, you're still so young in the big scheme of things, right? Like,
For sure.
Micro.
not necessarily whiskey. I'm just saying, like, just as far as your infancy as a brand,
Yeah.
it's just like, because like
3 years
brands
old.
are
Yeah, we're with you. Yeah, yeah.
It's 3 years old.
30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years old, right? That's whiskey
Yeah.
for you, right?
Yeah.
It takes 10 years to get off the goddamn ground.
Right.
And it's just like, and so it's just like to see 5 of them already out there going, like, that's pretty cool.
That's a
like-
beautiful thing, man. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
so, like,
I know.
Those things always, I look at them, I count them, I look for your bottles all the time. I'm looking all the time, and I tune in still regularly. I don't chime in necessarily, but like it was. And I apologize for tonight because I was just caught up in the tube, and I was like,
Don't
I was
apologize.
just like, you know what? I don't think they need me. I think they got this. Like, they, and then all of a sudden, Sean's like, I don't think he's coming.
No. Well, hey, buddy, I told you about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
But so we will shut this down. But for real, thank you. And I know that you will
100%.
you're not the guy that is going to admit how much he has helped or been a mentor, been that guy when I needed somebody. I have 3 people that I consider mentors, and you are by far one of those 3 people. And I appreciate it. You're there every time I need you. Anytime we need some help or direction or anything like that, you're there, and I appreciate it. So you've been involved in Evernorth a lot more than people know, just because it's always behind the scenes. But it means the world to me. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You're a wicked smart kind of guy.
Yeah.
You
You're a bad motherfucker. That's
Yeah.
what it is, honestly. So
I enjoy the friendship, guys. I really, really do, and I cheer for you guys every day. And I really do believe you're off to an amazing start, and you're just starting.
no, I appreciate it, buddy. We have just started, but I'm gonna shoot you over. I'll text you and get a place to send this. But almost now, I mean, there's 11 barrels and I don't know, 10 to 11 barrels in this blend, I believe.
Yeah.
And all of them except one are fucking 52 rye. So
Yeah.
I am gonna send you over. You need some of that because you should try it. Because I think it does smack the ever living shit out of Exodus 1, truthfully. But
I'm sure it does. One's always the worst you'll ever do.
you learn.
Well, yeah.
You grow.
It
Yep.
is
And
a hot and fast learning experience when you're starting putting barrels together.
Yeah.
I do love it. And I got a lot of single barrels too.
I
and
appreciate
so
it, buddy.
forth. So.
Thank you so much.
Listen, for those who fucking know in chat, for those who know, Rye 1 is because of BT. I'll
Yeah.
just say that. We'll end it on that. And Rye 1 is our like unicorn
Mecca.
bottle, basically, that kind of came. It was the first bottle we ever released. 63. It just happened to be a 63 bottle fucking short barrel.
Yeah.
And it is as dark as nighttime, and it tastes like no other 95.5 I've had. But thanks for being on, buddy. We appreciate your time. I know this is a lot of
100%,
time,
dude.
so thank you for being here. Appreciate you chatting with us and hanging
Making
out.
some time for 2 schmucks.
Yeah, for real, dude. So
Thank you. And Sean, I'm taking you up on that. I can't wait to get up there.
Buddy, I would love nothing more, honestly, because it really would be full circle to like come back to that moment a little bit. It was such a magical experience
It really
to
was.
like back almost into that relationship. It felt like, and the timing and everything just like really stars aligned for us to make everything work that way.
Yeah.
And I don't think we would be who we are without that, just because of like the experiences I was talking about with like Dan bring me the 2-year stuff. And like, oh damn, that's pretty good. Like everything has been fantastic. So I can't thank you enough. It has been really, really cool to see those barrels come up through the years, and I cannot fucking wait to start using them more.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Thanks,
Well,
fellas.
thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Chat.
Everyone here, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with BT
Yep.
and listen to Dan screaming to Mike. He's amped up.
You know, true big red fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? You ain't first, you're last.
That's it.
We're the Bourbon Jockeys.
All right.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you guys later.